What it do, y'all? Y'all know what it is, man. We on JonnyBeeTV. It's your boy, Johnny B. If y'all know, man, y'all know we in a very special place, man. We in the spot of the Cut Talk podcast, man, with the inventor of the Cut Talk podcast, my boy, Mark Pace, man. What's going on with you, boy?
Chilling, bro, man. Thank you for coming down here. We able to link and do this, man. So it's a pleasure.
Thanks, man. Hey, and we're going to talk about it, but we most definitely got history, man. I'm glad to have LinkedIn with you, man. This is a very special interview, man.
Yeah. I appreciate it. And, like, with you, bro, you and just the Mesmer cats, like, y'all all was solid. That was, like, the main reason I wanted to link with you. I don't just know just trying to get publicity or nothing like that. Like, man, John's solid.
Yeah.
The whole cast over there was solid, man. So I see him doing this thing, so I want to tap in with him. And if we could work, we could work. So,
man,
appreciate you again, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it big time. Before we get into your story, you a big family man. It's October. What you got going on? Any Halloween plans? Anything you do?
I'm glad you asked. My daughter's birthday is October 27th.
Oh, okay.
So we always do like a little Halloween themed birthday party, dressing up and all of that for her party. So we gonna do that again this year. And then we like the apple holler. So we always probably go up there, man, grab some apple cider. They got stuff for the kids. So do that. So I like fall. I like the season. I wasn't the biggest fan of it when I grew up, but now as you get older, you know what I'm saying, I like it. So yeah, I mess with fall.
Yeah. When you young, it's like all about the summer.
Oh yeah, summer and Christmas time, bro. That's all we doing. But now, you know what I'm saying, we expand a little bit when we get older. So.
Yeah, exactly. Hoodie weather, you throwing nice hoodies,
sure,
all that.
For sure.
Highlights of the summer. You know what I'm saying? The summer just passed. What's some highlights of the summer that you had?
Well, my birthday is in the summer. My wife's is too. So celebrating that with her was cool. Just with what I do, because I'm a truck driver, it's way easier to work in the summer because I'm outside. So that was always smooth. But the way I'm moving now, man, it's about my kids, man. So, whenever they happy, I'm happy. So summer was chill. We still got that good weather right now, so we trying to ride it out. But yeah, summer was good though. Yeah.
Hey, Milwaukee, this probably was one of our best summers
probably
as far as like weather-wise.
Yeah, probably so.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I can't knock about here. It don't get too hot. It don't get too cold in the summertime, so it's almost perfect here. We spoke a little bit before, you know what I'm saying, off camera, but the NBA season approaching. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir. Just
give me like your intake on, first off, how you feel about last season. You know what I'm saying? Boston winning the championship. Did you see that coming a little bit?
Salute to them. It was one of them things where that's bound to happen. Yeah. Just with Tatum and Brown over there, picking up Porzingis, Horford. They got some pieces over there. And I feel like they was always on the bubble. But now, and another thing people got to realize, bro, sometimes it's just timing. Yeah. And I feel like it was a time, man. So they was able to piece the things together. I love Joe Mazzulla too. So like they was due. So salute to them. I mean, they did what they did to us, but I'm a fan of the league, so salute to them. Yeah,
facts. What you looking forward to this year as far as like with the NBA? What you trying to tune in and watch? I know you probably you mess with the Bucks, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but like what other teams like that you're looking for? Other talent that you're looking for?
I'm looking to see that dynamic over there in Philly because I'm a big PG fan. So seeing him get over there, I'm curious to see how that works with Embiid. I mess with Maxey too. So that OKC, I love that dynamic, bro. I love Shea. Chet turn. I didn't think he was gonna be what he was, bro.
Oh, really?
Man, got length, but he's so skinny and frail. But he's able to, fill out a little bit, can shoot the jumper, do everything. And I think Alex Caruso over there now too.
Yep, he is.
So them.
And they end up getting the center from
New York.
New York. So they made some moves.
The Kings with DeMar. I'm curious to see how that work out because I love DeMar. Memphis, they got Ja back. Marcus Smart back. They got big dude from Purdue. So them, it's a lot of teams, bro. Like it's a lot of teams that's looking to have good seasons. So I'm gonna tap in when I can.
Man, them a lot of great teams.
Yeah, man.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sure trying to tap in with the NBA as far as like on the channel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pick people's minds and stuff like that. I actually did like a top 100 players myself. It's hard to look. You look at ESPN, you're like, man, they list all wrong. But you want to see what's next going into this upcoming season and stuff. Bro. So I see where they coming from for real. You gotta.
keeping it real, I might have something controversial to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because our last spot I had with the fellas, man, and how can I word it so it don't come out crazy? So we said who was better, Giannis or AD? Now, in terms of athleticism, running the floor, blocking shots, that's Giannis all day. But in the playoffs, it's game 6. Everything is slowed down and you got to play in the half court. And they got a defense set. I think I'm taking AD, bro.
I feel you.
I think I'm taking AD, man. Like, and the thing with Giannis, I feel like with Giannis' game, if he could just develop that 15-footer when he see that the defense is collapsing and just shoot that, AD got that.
Yeah.
So that I would say that's more so why I would take him in that sense. But in the regular season, bro, we running up and down the court. Yeah, give me Giannis. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see what Bron do. Year, was it 22?
Yeah, year 22. Facts.
I think he'd be 25 and 6?
Yeah.
No, 25, 8 and 7, what he normally do, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to see that too. So
I love, it's funny, I love that you brought that up between Giannis and AD because we were just at the game. I try to make Laker games when LeBron comes,
for sure.
I'm a big
sure.
Bron fan.
Yeah.
But Bron always disappoint us and don't come like he don't play. So this like the third time this happened to me. But I like that you brought up the AD and Giannis comparison because you really seen that in that game. That game went, I believe, double overtime. It was a real good game, but you see when the game slowed down and stuff like that, where AD was the one.
Like, bro, AD, the thing with him, bro, he's so good offensively, but defensively, he probably even better. Like, I think last year something woke up and broke. Because either he hurt or it seemed like he don't want to be out there. But I don't know what it was, man. He just went on that little streak when he was like, big game, dominating both sides of the floor. So let me ask you this, bro. For the Lakers had success, who do you think got to be their catalyst, Bron or AD?
See, all right, during the regular season, it got to be AD. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like when that time come, Bron just can't help it. You know what I'm saying? And he don't take over, and it could still work. You know what I'm saying?
You seen that in the league. You seen that, bro.
But the same way, even in 2020, I feel like AD could have took the reins. But you just seeing that playoffs, Bron just can't help it at the end of the day, and they end up winning in that bubble. You know what I'm saying? When they won the championship. But two, another thing, I'm not trying to stay on the Lakers too long. No, but you know what I'm saying? I love the Lakers. I ain't gonna lie. All right, they went to the bubble. That was like in October. Then they started the season right early, like a month or so later. And then they had injuries and stuff like that ever since a little bit.
That's true.
And roster change. I ain't trying to give my boys no excuses, but like they just be coming at us.
That's true.
And the roster change was the main thing.
Let me ask you this, and we can move on. How you feel about D-Lo? What you think about?
Okay, it is love and hate with him.
I can see that.
It's just consistency.
And
then he be talking crazy, like, you know, he talk crazy like he know he a dog, and he is a dog.
Yeah, that's just his swagger, bro.
But then he'll literally give us, like in the playoffs last year, I think he gave us a 0-point performance, and then an 8-point, you know what I'm saying? And you average like 16, 17, and stuff like that. So if you just give us our number, he the key. D-Lo is the key. So I don't know, but I'm glad we're gonna keep him because like if we trade him,
you ain't gonna get nothing back. For. And one more question with that dynamic. You think they'll be better Bron playing that point forward and D-Lo on the wing, or D-Lo being that lead guard?
See,
I don't think D-Lo a point guard, bro.
No, I feel you on that.
I think he'd be better at the two.
And I think Bron at the end of the day, if you he'll take it. But it's just availability. You know what I'm saying? Like he is year 22, but at this point, what can we say? Because he's superhuman,
bro. He different, bro.
I don't think we really gotta even put age on Bron no more at this point. He a freak for real.
For sure.
But but like, I'm gonna need you to tap in. We gonna tap in some more because we gonna have to. Besides your story today, we gonna get into some real basketball segments, man. I love that.
I'm following you.
Facts. Real quick, just tell me a little bit how you grew up. You know what I'm saying? Was you born in Milwaukee? Okay, so just tell me about your upbringing and childhood.
So I grew up off 33rd and Thurston, off of Silver Spring. So the neighborhood was chill, bro. Like, and me and the way I was raised, I had both parents, you know, church going family. So I always wanted to stay on course. I wanted to hoop. mess with the little girls in the neighborhood. That's all I was on, bro. And I stayed in the little bubble of thirsty. Now, it was some dudes who would venture off and go on the other side off Villard in that area. Now, it is what it is over there, but I always tried to just stay, you know what I'm saying, on the straight and narrow and just play ball. So that was what I did when I was little. And then with me, I didn't just play basketball, bro. I played the season. So baseball season, I'm playing baseball. Football, I'm playing football. Basketball, I'm playing basketball. And I feel like, bro, that ain't really a thing no more. Yeah. Just with the youth, bro. You play one sport all year round. It's good and it's bad. Because, you know, you're cool in that sport, but if it don't work out, now what? You know, really. So, but yeah, I did sports by the season. My neighborhood was cool, man. Shout out to the people on that block and the men on that block who let us play on the hoop. So yeah, man. So it was cool. It was cool.
So when did you get in organized sports like all together? Like you said,
I would say everything. Bro, my first organized sport was baseball. Okay. I played T-ball growing up, and at one point, bro, I wanted to do baseball. Like that, I played with my dad in terms of basketball, but baseball I felt like was my best sport. Then football, then basketball was last, bro. It was just another sport. But when I started to grow a little bit, you know, baseball the league wasn't the same. That's when, you know, it kind of fell apart and I started to go more towards basketball. But yeah, it was baseball when I was younger, bro.
So who inspired you as far as in sports? Like who's like, since you just don't got a basketball line, who was like your favorite players growing up?
Bro, so with baseball, like Barry Bonds.
Oh, he was amazing, man.
Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, Gary Sheffield. With the Brewers, Jeremy Burnett, Ryan Braun. Like I was a baseball head, bro. Ken Griffey, all them cats, and then just with football, bro. Mike Vick, Donovan McNabb, of course Brett Favre, Peyton Manning. Man, what beastie running backs was that during that time, bro?
Marshall Faulk. I was a big Marshall Faulk fan.
Of course, shout out to bro. I watched it all, so it was like I didn't know which lane I was gonna go down to. In high school, I wanted to do everything. So I would say the shift probably came around 8th grade, where I grew a little bit. Yeah. And then I wasn't really playing baseball like that no more. So that's when it he might be a basketball player. Okay.
Yeah. So was you playing like was you always then like AAU in that sport?
That's the crazy part, bro. Like I got into AAU late. I didn't get into AAU till probably 7th grade. Yeah. Because I was doing the other sports. I didn't even know about it. Like I knew about like warning and like blacktop and all that, but I ain't do that because I was playing baseball. So I was in a sports camp off 35th and North Avenue, and that's when I got introduced to my first AAU team. And I did that summer of 7th grade going into 8th grade. And then the following year, I got on another team, and I was like, you know, the ball got to rolling with that. But yeah, I wasn't on. I didn't look at basketball like this. This my only. It was just part of the sports world to me. So,
facts. Do you feel like when you first jumped into AAU, that's where you started seeing like them dogs and stuff like that?
It was night and day. Yeah. Like the first team I played for was called the Conquerors out of New Testament. Okay. And it was a smaller, like it wasn't no big, but it was a smaller team. But even playing with them, bro, like I seen guys who was better than me. Yeah. Because I was in such a small circle, I was like the best player in that circle. But when I branched off and I seen other cats, I'm like, damn, I ain't even know that many people play like this. Like I'm like, damn. So like that opened my eyes and it gave me an urge to want to get better. So another cat you interviewed, Jimmy Sherburne. Yep. Shout out to Jimmy. He was at my open house at Dominican. So when the open house was done, the gym was open and they let us shoot around. And I seen Jimmy shooting, and I'm like, damn, like who was bro? Like who was dude? And then I figured out he was going to Bay. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, who else? Like bro. So when we started, Dominican got the summer league for freshmen. So when I played in that, then it was like, oh, it's plenty people like me. I don't know if you know Theotis.
Yeah, I know Theotis. Theotis you. Yeah.
He was on our team. He was supposed to come to our school.
He was on our team. Man, he had to be dunking in like 6th grade.
When I seen dude, when he was on our team, I was looking at him like, man, this can't be a thing, bro. Like seeing dude, and then that's when I found out about like playground, and it's like a team full of them, them dudes, and it just gave me a urge to want to get better. Then like Jarrell joined our team late, and when I seen bro, I'm like, this little dude, but like could shoot, handle, quick, so it awakens something in me to want to get better at it. So that's when the other sports kind of faded aside. Like I still play football in high school, but that's when my focus just went to basketball. Yeah,
that's funny. Like a lot of the names that you brought up, man, we almost could have crossed paths, or I almost experienced the same thing you experienced. Like with Jig, I remember him elementary school, NCSL. Like you getting into it, you real life in elementary school. He doing things for real though. Like this the basics. But he coming in. I'm talking about elementary school. Everything he got now, same thing. So like, think about that.
And with Jig, I say with Jarrell, bro, like rest in peace and shout out to his brother. Cause like that was like the battery in his back. Like bro used to come to our practices like talking to us like, bro, what you doing? Like, and we like, man, I don't even know who dude is, but you want to listen to him. So Jarrell almost had like a leg up on a lot of people because the ball was put in his hands early. So like, shout out to bro, and rest in peace to his brother too.
Yeah, most definitely rest in peace, man. Yeah, and shout out to Jig, man. Most definitely was on the show. He was on your show too as well, man. Big, hey, that's a very underrated player for
sure. You talking about underrated?
Definitely. He's one of the best players I've seen.
It's a reason for that. We'll get into that when we. But it's a reason for that. Like
facts. So all right, with you catching that, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I wouldn't even say you underrated. Then like a late bloomer.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. And then like, no, go ahead, bro.
No, but so what made you go to Dominican? Like, did you know that background before?
I was always going there, bro. Okay. So at my church, it was a cat named London Dunlow. Okay. Legend, bro. Like 6'6", could do everything. Could shoot, dribble, handle, athletic, like bounce, all that. So I knew him as a little kid. And my dad would say London will always make the paper for Dominican. So I'm like, I like London, man. That's big, bro. I want to go there. Yeah. So like, I always knew from start I was gonna go there because it's crazy. Because the elementary school I went to was Lutheran, so the feeder school was Milwaukee Lutheran. So if you went to my school, which was Christ Memorial Lutheran, you was going to Milwaukee Lutheran. Okay. Yeah. So all my friends from middle school and elementary school went there, but I always knew I was going to, you know what I'm saying, Dominican. So that's how I played out.
Oh, I bet. Okay, yeah. So, and like you said, you brought him up, but like you knew all the history and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I knew it was a Catholic school. Like I knew about the academics and all that. My dad took me, what really sealed the deal for me was my dad took me to a couple games. Okay, yeah. And I seen JR, Ben Haley, Quam as a freshman. He looked exactly how he do now as a senior, which was crazy. But you seen all them dudes, and he like, I want to come here. Like JD was on VAR as a freshman. Like we'll get into some of them dudes later, but like you seen the tradition too, because I went to a practice and I watched them practice and I'm like, damn, like Brandon Brown, shout out to him. Like a lot of cats there, and they was solid. Yeah. When you walk up to them, you say something, they gonna speak back. They ain't gonna give you like, who is this little? They ain't gonna do that to you. So I wanted to be a part of that. Yeah.
That's amazing too, man. And I like that you brought up Jimmy Sherburne. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We going back. Me and bro go way back. I was able to go
I seen the story.
Yeah, I was able to go to Whitefish Bay. I stayed in the city, but that Chapter 220 program.
Question for you. Why did you go to the high school?
No, I didn't.
I knew you. Were you at Mesmer for 4 years?
I know. I went to Riverside.
I ain't know that.
I went to Riverside. That's how I know everybody from 09 and Riverside and Riverside like that. Through damn, what's his name? Shout out Coach Rock. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He got me right in, all that, you know what I'm saying? Tapped in, seen a couple games, tapped in. He low key, I ain't gonna lie, he promised plenty freshmen this, you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, why bro ain't go to Bay? Did you had a chance to go to Bay?
No, I could have went to Bay and too, I ain't even gonna lie, it was more my personal ego, you know what I'm saying? The Bay was, we was a winning team, but I was just on some, everybody wants to go at least D1 back then. I didn't know who I was.
But they was cold though. They was cold.
But it was real system. Yeah, okay. If I was going to be at Bay, I would have been winning and stuff like that. But
I get you.
You would have just seen, which would have been better for me. Yeah. But in my mind, I'm in mode right now. Like I'm trying to be a hooper. You can't just tell me I'm just this regular point guard. I done ran with the best. So I was trying, and other schools telling me I'd come here and play. So So yeah, that's what took me out of Riverside.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, we gonna get on that too.
Did Jimmy try to like, bro, come over here?
See, look, he didn't know, or he wouldn't. He most definitely.
Like hit you up like, hey, bro, you tripping?
And too, so I wouldn't accept it back then, but Jimmy was the best on the team. But like as far as, and I accepted that plan wise.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I wasn't about to want him to be the star forever, and that's what it would have been for the rest of my high school career. You feel me? Like I at least had to test the water.
Nasty one too.
It would have been nasty. And it was my fault. And too, like, and I ain't gonna not shit no Mesmer, but I real life, like, we played all through middle school, you know what I'm saying? Going upstate, 50 games, and it's all like select and stuff like that. So at Mesmer, when I came to Mesmer, I knew in tryouts like we wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
What year did you go to
Mesmer? I went my sophomore year.
Okay.
I didn't play my sophomore year because even at Mesmer, they didn't really want it to be a basketball program.
Okay.
They wanted to like you couldn't move up. Or like they played, you know what I'm saying? And it was people on varsity like you. I ain't gonna say it like that, but you got me messed up. Like so I ain't even try out or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then junior year, you seen me make the teams, started all that. Senior year, I actually didn't get to try out. We wasn't good at all either, but I didn't get to try out, and as well, we had a new coach.
Okay.
So I got on off word of mouth. I got real sick. It's funny, you know what I'm saying? I got real sick during tryouts. So the assistant coaches was still there. We lost our head coach, but the assistant coach was still there. It was like, oh, this the kid from last year to the new coach. So I got on off word of mouth senior year.
Was Hines there?
No, this way. When I came, Hines left that same year I came.
Okay.
Yeah, so he wasn't even there.
So
he was at Vincent by the time I came in.
Ray Mountain was still going there.
Everybody left. By the time I came in, Ray Mountain left. DT left.
Y'all had a whip. They had a whip over there.
So Mesmer was cooked by the time I came.
I'm gonna say this, bro. When you talked about people who influenced me, another place that influenced me where I hooped was the Brown Deer Y. Okay. The Brown Deer, it's kind of slept on when you think about 124th.
It is.
Bro, it was some killers at Brown Deer.
Okay.
And one of the ones, I'll shout out Juan. His son played at Grafton. Okay. Hispanic cat. That's his son, Juan. And then Dave. Dave Kimmons. He went to Mesmer, but he was slept on. Bro.
As far as Juan, the Juan you talking about tatted up Juan?
Tatted up Juan, Hispanic cat.
I know.
Jump out the gym, bro. When I was a little, I'd just be watching dude like.
Facts.
Another cat who was there, and shout out to Dave Kimmons. He went to Mesmer, did his. I think he got in trouble or something. I don't know what happened, but he was supposed to be D1, bro. Okay. I stand on that. Right. Dave was one of the coldest cats in the city. I will say that, and if other cats know who Dave is, they'll vouch. But another cat who was there, bro, was DG.
Oh, DG was
DG used to be there, and I ain't gonna front and be like, DG was the big bro and all that. Like, hell no. Every time he'd be there, I try to hop in the hustle, bro, because I know who he is. And, you know what I'm saying, had me on skates and all of that. So cats, DG was there. It was a couple cats there who was nice. So definitely shout out to Schrader, man. That was a big inspiration, bro. Saturday evenings, Friday evenings, I'm trying to go there, man. So
Hey, that's real. I did Schrader sometime, man. Like you said, 124th, we did 124th.
That was probably the most cracking wide. But I'm telling you, bro.
And then they got the remodeling. They took the old gym away.
Upstairs was gone. He had to be downstairs. I done got into so much trouble sneaking cats in and stuff like, man.
Go to that McDonald's.
Man.
That's real. And 12. Shout out 12, man. And I ain't trying to come at the youth right now, but I don't feel like the basketball energy is like the same.
You know what it is, bro? You know what it is? It ain't like that because of AAU. Okay. Like, now everybody practicing, everybody doing individual workouts. I ain't knocking it. But back in the day, bro, if you wanted to hoop, you gonna go to the Y. Or if it's warm, you go outside. Like, I used to walk to Lincoln all the time. When I finally got to be able to drive, I go to McGov. Or I go to McKill, stayed off 54th and Hampton. Oh yeah, shout out to I pull up to him and I go to War. Like, that was basketball, bro. Facts. You get knocked down on the asphalt, you gotta get, that's tough. Now I feel like that element ain't really around them. I think Warner's still around, but it ain't. I don't know. It ain't like how it used to be.
Facts. Yeah, man. That was everything, especially in the city.
Oh, for sure.
That's why I'm glad. And I ain't gonna lie, as far as like people paving the way with you see like Jordan Poole now. Yeah, for sure. I remember that's what got me back into high school basketball was Tyler Hero. I heard about him the same day. My guy, he was like, oh, I'm going to this game. this boy named Tyler Harrow. He real nice. It was up at the Terry Porter Classic.
Yeah.
That was my first time getting right back into high school a little bit.
Yeah.
But he killed them. He hit the game winner there. You know what I'm saying? So
what's a funny story about bro is my guy used to be his one of his skills trainers. So I was like, I've been on bro since he was young, bro, freshman year. And I was in the gym a couple times with him because I'm like, he good playing against high school players, but I want to see how good he is. After I got out the gym with him, I find out how good he is, bro. So he legit, like shifty, can shoot. He bigger than what you think. Okay. Like he a legit 6'5", and he got a little to him. So like shout out to bro. And he was with my guy for I think all throughout high school he'll be with him. Yeah. So shout out to Dog.
Facts. And it's funny though, like now, like you see those kind of players, but like at the end of the day, it's funny. I look at my generation and feel like we had them same kind of caliber, like the Dwight. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And even though Dwight made the league, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit, it's just different. Bro.
Like,
I feel you.
With dude, like I feel like every team he played on, he played well for. So the fact that nobody extended him like, bro, we're gonna give you a 1-year deal, or we're gonna give you a 2-year, it's crazy. That made me think it's more to it than just game. Like,
between him and DB, Deontay Barrett, that's them, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't either, but. Shout outs to them, though.
Thanks. Let's get back to I know
man, we talking basketball, you get all the way.
That's how it's gonna get. Y'all gonna see him on here multiple times.
I'm following you, bro.
Thanks. Let's get into your freshman year at Dominican. You know what I'm saying?
So, freshman year, I'm coming off the summer playing JV with the, you know what I'm saying, summer league team. So when schools start, you watch the movies, bro, and you see like tryouts, you think it's gonna be plenty, hundreds of people in the gym. Like when I seen Chuck Smith's story, I'm like, damn, that sounds like a horror story. Like hear about tryouts.
You're right.
I'm like, damn, like to hear it was like that. It wasn't nothing like that for us. So I went up to Wally, our coach, Paul Wallershine, and I asked him like, hey, like when it's tryouts, like what team I'm gonna be on? He like, you gonna play JV? I'm like, all right, like it wasn't no tryout, bro. Like because Dominican is a small school, and shout out to Wally, he knew who was gonna play, so you ain't really have to deal with like a tryout. Like now, if you was like just like you didn't play in the summer and you knew you could play, then you might have to come to like open gym. Open gym was basically the tryout. So like he told me I was gonna be on JV, and I had met the JV coach in the summer. So Coach Ballesteri. So I started out with the JV team my freshman year.
How was that for you as far as like, getting experience?
Rough, my nigga. It was rough, because you got to think, bro, I came from playing at a small school in the Lutheran League, which was solid. But I was playing point, I was playing the 2. Now I'm coming into high school with dudes just as good, better than me. And it's like it's an adjustment. And one of the biggest adjustments I had to make, because freshman year I was probably about 6 foot. He put me at the 4. And I'm like, bro, what you putting me? And you know how it is in Wisconsin. If your team's small, the biggest person got to play.
Do everything.
So I was kind of like, bro, why I'm playing the 4? But I'm just rolling with it at the same time because I'm trusting he knowing what he was doing. So that was the biggest adjustment. And then just the speed of the game. We had a lot of sets, so just remembering all of that. And then Coach B was tough. So, like, I'm nervous. I'm like, dog, so I'm thinking a lot. And it just didn't seem natural to me. And it was days where I'm like, I don't know if this for me. But luckily, man, shout out to my pops, man. He wasn't gonna let me quit. He like, nah, bro. Like, you gonna sit up there, you gonna deal with him, and you gonna figure it out. And I started to make progressions throughout the season, like seeing somebody like Rail, who was just like, you drop him in, he ready to go. Rail was probably our best player. Rail and my guy Nick. But I knew talent-wise, I was close to Rail. But just in terms of grasping the game, Rail was like on another level. So when the game started to kind of slow down for me, that's when I kind of started to pick up more stuff. I was able to get that 4 spot. And even because in practice, we would split up guards and bigs. I'll go with the guards. I was playing the post. So just learning how to set a screen and roll the right way. You know what I'm saying? How to go short, elbow line extended, catch the ball and face up. Learning that stuff I got from playing the 4. Because when you playing the guard, bro, you playing pick and roll or you spotting up, you're not seeing that element of the game. So that was the biggest transition for me.
Facts. Dang, so you even got affected by like having some height as far as and you think that's a Wisconsin thing?
It's a Wisconsin
in our generation,
thing. Yeah, bro.
Because they do put, if you 6 foot, you going down,
bro. That's why, like, if you think about all the good players from our era, outside of Jamil, and Jamil one of the best players to come out the state.
Shout out Jamil.
Because we used to play them. But like, if you was a certain size, everybody's small. So like, just to win, you gotta have, okay, you big and you can do that, but we trying to win. Somebody gotta grab the rebound.
You're right.
So I fell victim to that, and like, it helped me because if you could play that fourth spot. I'm like, okay, I can still utilize this spot and still be effective. And still help the team win, because that's the goal at the end of the day. Yeah, you can get stats, but the goal to win. So wherever you need me to play to win, I'm gonna do that. So that was my mindset freshman year.
And I know it's like that just with a lot of like just regular schools. I remember watching John Wall highlights. If you go back to his high school highlights, I'm sure he played like the 4 and they just let him run 1 or whatever.
He just
get the board and then just go and then left hand bang out. That was his whole highlight reel.
Bro, I was talking to somebody the other day, and shout out to Diamond Stone.
Oh yeah, shout out Diamond Stone.
I wish I could have been on that team, bro. I would have just, especially with Dwayne doing this thing, I wish I could have just spot up, get a few offensive rebounds, just spot up. So, but we ain't had that, bro. Our biggest player when I was there, Big Cam, my sophomore year. He was 6'8". We'll get in. That's a whole nother topic, man. Shout out to bro. But Cam probably was the only 6'8" cat I played with at Dominican. Everybody was 6'3", 6'4". That was the biggest.
You're right. I do remember Big Cam too.
Yeah, man.
Facts. Mikhail, how tall was Mikhail?
It was probably like 6'5".
Okay, but he was thin too.
Thin, so it's like
shout out Mikhail. He was thin.
Mikhail a bang if he got to, but like that wasn't his game, bro. He was a perimeter player. So
Facts. So going into your sophomore year, you made varsity your sophomore year. So how was that playing with like the likes of Jig, Kwame, JD Wise? Shout out JD Wise. So how was that for you?
The beautiful thing with that is like when open gyms, like even freshman year, everybody together. So it wasn't like intimidating. Like I played with them before just with the open gyms, and you see them every day. So you have some chemistry with that. But when you jump from JV to varsity and you still young, like bro, it's faster. Like, and conditioning was like the biggest thing, because we was a running team, bro, and we was a little undersized. So defense, being in the right spots, like you got to be conditioned. So that was like the biggest thing for me. But in terms of like talent, I feel like I was there talent wise. But the thing with, like you said with Mesmer, bro, it was, if you older player, you got seniority over younger players, and the older cat who been there gonna play. Unless you was just like Jarrell started his sophomore year.
I remember that.
Jarrell was different. But like, and I felt like I was talented too, but I had to wait my turn. So that was what that was. And shout out to Jamie Howe. That was who I was underneath. I gave dude shit and hell, bro, because I'm a young hothead. I'm like, man, this who's starting? I'm better than dude, like, bro. But Jamie was another one who like stayed down freshman, JV, when he got up to varsity, he did his thing. So he's supposed to start. So like I came to that realization, like I ain't about to play over dude. Like he deserved to be here. So shout out to bro, man, and the rest of them seniors too.
Facts. But shoot, it was surprising out the gate, like you said, like you mentioned though, you always wanted to go to Dominican. But like, you know, if to go to Dominican and expect like real success, you almost gotta have a name already. You know what I'm saying? Like Jig had a name.
You gotta be
all that. You gotta be a little different. So you always having that confidence still. You know what I'm saying? And to make varsity by sophomore year, that's legit, bro. Especially with that squad. That was a squad.
Man.
No bullshit.
It's like what gave me confidence with Jig is like behind closed doors, me and him would play ones sometimes before practice. I ain't gonna say I was busting his ass or he was busting mine, but it'd be neck to neck in them games. So it's like, and Jarrell one of the best players in the state. So it's like, if I could do something with Real, something got to be right.
Thanks.
So I would take that and take it into practice. So
How was those battles with like? Because I was fortunate enough to play y'all against Kwame and Jig. Like when Kwame was the lead and Jig was the lead, I feel like And y'all used to get in our ass. I ain't gonna lie, y'all smacked us. But I feel like with the Kwame beatings, it's more like it was quick and fast. You know what I'm saying? He was so athletic. Bro. He was like a man child back then.
He was.
Yeah.
Like that was our system, bro. Like that was another thing with getting moved to the post. Like Dominican was a guard heavy offense.
I see, yeah.
Like we did a lot of pick and rolls, a lot of driving kicks. That's what our offense was based off of. So I feel like in my senior year, I actually did play a wing spot, but like I didn't have the game to be that type of player. Like I ain't have a terrible handle, but that wasn't my thing. My thing was to catch in the spots, go to work, catch you open, knock down an open shot. But when you got a guard like Kwame and Jig who that fast, you got to find out where you can fit in, bro. Yeah. And that was kind of what my role was. Like, let me rebound, play hard defense. When I'm open and they passing, let me hit the shots. These fools will pass again type stuff. Yeah.
But what I do like about you, Mark, at the end of the day, because I understand basketball, you was a star in your role all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, that's just as important. You know what I'm saying? Like, we spoke on Boston. That's why I do respect Boston. The Derek Whites, the Drew Holiday. That's why I gotta throw them over than some people that would like over a Trae Young. Trae Young, he a star, but I'm putting them over because they star in their roles.
And like, bro, them dudes could go somewhere else and like ball out. Like in high school, bro, I could have probably went somewhere else. Like probably had a bigger role, but I want to be a part of something. Yeah. And I've been here 3 years. I want to help this squad win. I want to win at the end of the day because, like, you can have individual stats. That's cool. But, like, that's when you said underrated. Like, my role was to be underrated. Look who I'm playing with, bro. You're right. I'm not about to outshine these dudes. Like, I'm supposed to help them be the best thems. Yep. So when my time come, and look, it did come senior year, I can embrace that, but I don't want to, I'm not going to overshine these dudes because you know where it's going to get me. I'm going to be sitting. Yeah, trying to. I'm going to be sitting, bro. So, that's what it was.
That's a fact. I feel that. So let's get on, like, your junior and senior year when you start, picking up a bigger role, especially your senior year, getting voted, you was the captain of the team. Yeah. You got voted with your peers most improved player, stuff like that. So just speak on like the growth with your junior and senior year.
So what gave me confidence, and I'll say on this about sophomore year. So because I was on VAR, but I wasn't getting the time I wanted, Mikhail suggested, like, hey bro, let's go play 2-on-2 with JV. Let's do 2 quarters on JV.
I think I slightly remember that.
2 quarters on VAR. And I wasn't with it at first. I'm like, I don't know about that, bruh. But then Keith Bearden, who was the coach of the Scholars, Flav coach, he was the JV coach. So I'm like, man, I rock with Keith. I go play for him. So that's what gave me confidence, because like I ain't gonna say do whatever, but I had a green light. And I know looking at the roster going to junior year, Cam gonna be gone, Jamie gonna be gone. There's 2 starting spots open. And like I know how good I am, and I know what I bring to the table, so I could potentially get one of them spots next year. So let me take this confidence in the junior year. And I don't mean to go on a soapbox or nothing like that, but like all summer league, sophomore going into junior year, I started every game. Like I was the starter. And then my homie Marcus would come off the bench, or if it wasn't enough players there, Marcus would start. But I was starting that whole time, so I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna be the starter. Yep. So going into junior year, we played in the fall league on the south side. Started in that, and then we would go to like turn little fall leagues and preseason games. I would start those games. So when the season came around, you couldn't tell me exactly I wasn't gonna be starting. So when our first practice came, not practice, but when it came to the lead up to our first game, he put Marcus in the lineup. And I'm like, bro, what's going on? Like, I've been to, and shout out to Marcus Pops too, he was the coach. But I think in Wally's mind, Wally probably was saying like, bro, our team is straight. We legit. We got Quan, we got JD, we got Jid. Yeah. It's not gonna hurt our team if Marcus start over Mark. Mark's still gonna play. Yeah. So I got moved to 6 man, and I was a little salty about that, but our team was good and we was winning. I was still playing too. So I think the first game that was like, okay, I'm here, was we played Catholic Memorial.
That's a big game.
And they was cold back in the day, bro. They sent my junior year. They had Tom Neary, Dayton Young, TJ Bray, who was D1. He actually played with Jimmy.
Yep, you're right.
Tom Neary was D1. Dayton played in college. Derek Shell. Them four, I forgot the fifth starter, but they whole starting five basically played in college.
They always been good. They only lose like 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, bro. And Quan broke his foot the beginning of my junior season, so
I remember that.
He was out. So we had a little tournament, and we won our first game, made it to the championship. We had to play Catholic Memorial. So that game, they didn't start me, which was crazy. I'm like, Quan ain't even here, bro, and y'all not. So I was pissed about that. So I come off the bench, and I did my thing that game, bro. Like, had a really good game. I had, I think, 24, 25 points, and we was able to beat them because I was a good team. So that's when my confidence, okay, like, I can have an impact this year. So had that game, then Quan came back, and I got, moved to the 6th man, but I was still contributing. And we were so good, man, like, and just with that conference, we running through people. I was able to get minutes and, like, do my thing. So, yeah, junior year was cool. And shout out to my homie Granville.
Oh, yeah, shout out Granville. Yeah, I heard that name in a minute.
Granville was at the camp on 35th and North Avenue. That's where I met him. And he said he went to Mesmer. So when I knew when I went to Dominican, okay, I'm probably going to run into Granville. Yeah. Eventually ran into them, too. And shout out to Levante. Yeah. Like, y'all, I feel like, bro, our sophomore year, y'all had a wit, but it was just, you know what I'm saying, we was just good. I feel like if Raymond and DT, I think it said, was on that team. Sophomore
they were supposed to be.
That would have been tough, bro. Like, that would have been. I be talking to Ray about that now. Like, bro, if you would have stayed, bro, that would have been tough.
I forgot what the politics was about that, because literally when I came in, they was leaving out. So I
don't think they rock with the coach, bro.
I knew Ray through just at the Y and all that. So like I didn't meet Ray up at Mesmer. You know what I'm saying? I met him like through the Y and stuff like that. And he used to come up to Mesmer games after that. But like I said, it was totally different. That was,
bro. Like,
especially DT, man. DT was super cold, bro. But he ended up going to Tech too. But yeah, that would have matched up. But at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like y'all could have still edged it out, man. Kwame was different, bro.
Kwame was tough, bro. And like the beautiful
and Jig and you,
bro. The one thing Wally prided us on was being able to shoot the ball, and I feel like we could be down and just get hot and get right back into a game. And it wasn't just one person; it could be different amount of, like I told you when we played Catholic Memorial, that was just my game where I was hot. But it was games Jig done hit 7, 8 threes, games Quam done just had his way with people, games Jay did his thing, games Marcus did his thing, Mikhail so we had people who could put up numbers. So
thanks. Sure, I want to ask you, I know it wasn't, y'all ain't get the most competitive games from us, and I apologize for that
it's myself. All good, bro. It's all good, bro.
But was that y'all most hyped game for the season?
Yes.
Usually,
Like, I would say, so we got kind of effed up because Racine St. Cat's came in our conference senior year.
That wasn't junior year?
No, it was senior year because we beat them to go to state my junior year. But senior year, but even with them in our conference, like, y'all was the best game. And I say, bro, shout out to Bruce. Shout out Martin, Bruce, Brandon, like, them cats was cool, but they was competitive. Like, every time I see Bruce, like, it was love, but he let it be known, like, bro, I'm coming for you. So, like, man, I had respect for y'all, and y'all was cool, bro. We never no issues with y'all, or like when we see them, we going like, nah. So yeah, that game was cracking, bro.
Hey, and like you said, shout out Brandon. He a big part of JonnyBeeTV. You know what I'm saying? What we got going on. So and that show you how long me and Dog been
for sure. And that's beautiful to see.
I love Dog for real. So yeah, big shout out to him. We couldn't have this work without him.
For sure.
Thanks. Going into your senior season at Dominican, you know what I'm saying? You really got to do your thing now. Just speak on that a little bit. Give me a breakdown.
So, going into senior year, that summer was like pivotal. So I ended up switching. So I went from the Conquerors to Wisconsin Elite. Man, shout out to them guys. Man, that's over there. Rest in peace to Dale. Shout out Brandon, Alex, Jake, Hustle, Chris. The list goes on. Charles, all them dudes. But I knew, because that's a whip, bro. I knew I wanted to stand out, bro. AAU in high school a little bit different. High school, you want to win. AAU, you want to be seen, bro. I'm just keeping it 1,000, bro. And playing on that team, bro, I wanted to be somewhere I could be seen. So I played with Next Level. And playing with them, and shout out to Coach Luke Benish. Like we played more like high profile tournaments where I was seen. So that got me on the radar with just colleges, and I was able to start getting recruited. And then I went to the Viterbo camp, like the Midwest exposure camp.
Okay.
And that's where like I feel like I played in front of the right people to be seen. So that's where I kind of got on the radar with Mark Miller.
Yeah.
So that's when more letters came, and that's where I'm like, okay, I got something going here. So that confidence kind of rolled into senior year. Now, Quam gone, Marcus gone, JD gone. Like the team look totally different.
They do.
But like, I know we all right because we still got a lead guard, Jig.
Yep.
Jig was there.
Y'all picked up Iman.
Shout out to E, man.
Yeah, shout out
E, I love you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I love you too.
We I know what happened, but you still my bro.
Thanks.
And the thing with E, so another good thing with Dominican, it was legacy. So I feel like E, I ain't gonna say he was my child because that sounds crazy as hell, but E was behind me.
Yep.
So I could see like the growth in bro. He was one of them cats you look at like, bro, if he do this, he gonna be cold and like when I'm gone. And I'm glad I was gone when he started to. But E was on the team. Who else? So Rashad Brown, who's talking about I'm underrated. Shad was
Where is Shad, man? Shout out Shad, man.
I think he live in Missouri now.
He was nice.
Doing his thing, bro. So our starting lineup, my senior year, Jarrell was at the 1. Shad was at the 2. I was at the 3. Mikhail was at the 4. And our guy, Big Fred Willis, was at the 5. Me and Mikhail kind of swapped off depending on matchups. But that was the starting 5.
I was wondering that 5th spot. I remember you and Mikhail for sure. Like,
yeah, Fred Willis. And he ended up playing for football at Wisconsin.
Okay.
But that team was nasty, bro. We was going through shit in the summer league and in the fall league. We was solid, bro. Like, but Rashad ended up leaving. Fred ended up leaving. So we had to move Jamal Taylor, who ended up having a really good career at Dominican. I think he went D2.
Yeah.
He was a freshman at the time. He got moved up to the starting lineup. And my guy, Tommy Pop, I played football with. He was solid, bro. He wasn't no Fred, but he was solid. He got moved up. So in Jarrell and our mind, I was like, we got to carry the load, bro. Like, and we got to do what we got to do. So that kind of derailed us because I felt like we was going to make it to state.
Yeah.
So I always felt in every game we was like one player away. We could win the games we were supposed to win, but like a game like Bay, we played Bay our senior year and they washed us.
Did they? Oh, okay. Damn,
shout out to Jay. They washed us.
See, I should have been on that team.
They washed us, bro. That team, because they was loaded, bro.
They was loaded.
I feel like we was one player away to hanging with them.
Yeah.
But shout out to Jimmy. But that's what I always feel. And it would be some games like Real had 20, I had 20, everybody else 5, 6. So we knew we had to carry the load. But we was winning though.
Yeah.
We won the games we were supposed to be winning. Unfortunately, we was 18-5. We had 3 losses from St. Catherine's.
Oh, y'all lost all 3 games that year?
All 3. That's what ended my career, man. Shout out to Jake
Thomas, the twins. What was the twins' name?
Jarvis and Javar. Man.
Okay, yeah.
They had a big cat who wasn't bad. They had a cat, Steve McWhorter, who was nice, who went D1. He went to UW. Then what killed us, they had a cat come off the bench who killed us. Okay. Because we game planning for Javar. Javar was like my little rival.
Yeah, okay.
Jake, we kind of had Jake under wraps, but then they brought a cat off the bench. I think his name was Pat, who just got hot and just like took the steam off the building, man. And then we ended up losing to them, and that's how it ended. But that senior year was solid. I feel like we made the most of what we had. Fact. And I feel like we could be proud about that. And Jigga ended up getting a first team all conference, first team all area. I think he was all state too.
You got first team as well.
Yeah, I got first team.
Yeah, first team and all area.
Yeah, first team all conference and then all area. And that was just dope for me.
Yep.
And then so at the banquet, I knew Rel was gonna get the MVP. Like it would, like
Yeah.
So normally the most improved player would go to like an underclassman or a younger player. But Wally called my name. I'm like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
He just said he seen the growth. He seen what and he knew what I had to go through, man. Like Wally been on my ass since I was a freshman.
Yeah.
And then to see me grow and develop into what I turned into, he was just proud, and I appreciated that moment. But yeah, senior year was smooth, man. I can't complain, man.
Yeah,
it was all right.
Hey, St. Cat's, like you said, I can't really even think too much on our conference, but like you said, when it came to you and St. Cat's, that really turned up the conference a little bit, man. They had a great atmosphere.
It was
I know when y'all played them near, I know it was turned.
They gym was different,
It was
bro.
like
they
an
had,
old school.
Yeah, bro. I never seen a gym that had like, it was like upstairs seating that you could. It was like a dome, like a little dome, and I ain't like playing there, bro.
Yeah, it was different there. And then they had their own little crowd.
Yeah, bro.
And they own that.
Yeah, that gym was different. But another cold team was Burlington Catholic Central, bro. Shout out to my homie Reese.
Yeah.
He was pretty nice too.
Was they in our conference?
Yeah.
Okay, man. I just don't remember.
Yeah, shout out to Reese, but like, they was always tough.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't just go in their gym think we gonna win by like 30. Like we'll take an L doing that. But they was tough too. But and senior year, bro, we played a couple city schools too, bro. We played,
y'all did.
We played Madison. They was tough, underrated team in the city. Jontel Franklin, Josh Brown.
Yep.
We played Custer.
And they was on those playground teams.
Yeah, bro. They was tough.
Shout out Jontel.
Tough, bro.
Yep. Well, I don't think Theotis was there, but he used to.
Theotis was there, bro.
Oh, he was there.
Theotis was
Yep.
But so I think with Theo, bro, everybody started to kind of catch up to him.
Yeah.
Because he was so advanced, and then I think he stopped growing. But he was still good. Like,
That's what
still
it was.
good. But that team was tough. We played Custard. And then in the summer league, bro, we playing King. We playing Vincent, like we playing all them schools in the summer. So we seen everybody. We played Germantown, Milwaukee Lutheran. They was tough with Chim. So we seen everybody. It wasn't like we was just playing the teams from our conference.
That's one thing Dominican had that respect as far as like, you know, if you go outside the city, they won't, like, you know what I'm saying? That credit. Y'all always got that credit. If you went there, y'all gonna see some city schools, y'all always just as good or better.
Man, shout out to Wally, because Wally made an effort to make us play everybody in the summer. We ain't just stay in that bubble, bro. We played at MSOE, the Wiz Kids, played at the Wisconsin Lutheran Summer League and the Milwaukee Lutheran Summer League. And we was going to the South Side playing in that tournament. We was everywhere, bro. We wasn't just in Whitefish Bay.
Thanks. You're right. But so moving forward, you have a good senior year, a great senior year. You know what I'm saying? You finally did your thing.
Yeah.
You feel like you really improved. What's the recruiting process for you now?
So originally, I got my biggest one was Lake Forest College in Illinois, and I was set to go there, but stuff ended up not working out. So I had a couple. Platteville was in the mix. Benedictine was in the mix. Dominican University was in the mix. Marian University. I had a lot of D3s. So I'm probably just gonna go here. I might even try to do football and basketball, because I was straight in football too. So I might try to do both. So my final two was either Benedictine or Platteville. So when I went to visit at Benedictine, the visit was dope. It was smooth. They had a player kind of like, he wasn't Kwame, but he reminded me of how Kwame played with Nate. So I'm like, okay, they got something I've seen before, and it's potential spots where I can come and play early. Yeah. So I like the coach. So I'm like, I'm gonna go here. But it was a private school, and it wasn't gonna give me enough money to like afford it. So I'm like, damn, that's off the list. But then Platteville at this time was #1 in the country for D3. So I'm like, they #1 in the country. They got All-Americans here. Bo Ryan used to coach there. I think Bo Ryan won like 4 national championships there. So like he got a like, when you walk into the arena, you see like a big, he on the wall. And then you see the photos of the championship teams. I'm like, man,
that's amazing. Yeah,
it's hard to say no to this. And I play. So when you go on a visit, bro, most likely they're gonna have you play with the team. So I played with the team. They ran the swing offense, which we did a little bit at Dominican. So I was familiar with that, and I played well. And I'm like, man, it's potential to maybe maybe play a little bit here. Cause like in that system, a lot of catch and shoot, not a lot of like slasher, get to the rim. And that's what I was trying to be there. So I'm thinking like, okay, I might have a little niche here. You know what I'm saying? I can afford it. They give me a little money to come here.
Yeah.
This makes sense. It's in Wisconsin. So I end up, rolling with Platteville.
Yep. Fact. So, all right, you go to Platteville.
Yeah.
How's that adjustment for you? You know what I'm saying? You out the house now and
I'm going to just say it, bro. Yeah. Rough. Cause like if you've been to Platteville, coming from the city, bro, it's black people up there. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna say it wasn't no black. It's black. They got a black student union. They got us up there, but it's predominantly white. Yeah. And it's like it's kind of in a farming town, so it was just different. Yeah. And like I'm kind of on my own. I don't know. I knew a few people from the city up here, but I'm really like on my own. And how I told you to jump from JV to varsity, it's like night and day. Yeah. Bro, when you go from varsity to the college level, it's like, damn, man. And I don't even necessarily mean just like talent, because like I feel like I was talented enough, I'm just as talented as anybody there. But bro, preseason, you got a lifting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got study hall, you got open gyms, then you got preseason conditioning. Yeah. You got all, and this before the season start, bro. And you doing this right when school start, bro. You doing conditioning, and that alone was like, bruh. Like I feel like I was always been strong, but them dudes, it was different, bro. So like just getting used to that, and like the style of play was different than what I was used to. I'm used to playing with a fast, speedy guard, spot up, cut. You know what I'm saying? I can maybe get my times where I'm isolated and get the ball, but I was used to that. Playing that fat Platteville. You see how the Badgers play, right? Yep. It was basically that. Yeah, flex, swing. Yep. So just getting used to that system. I'm brand new. It ain't too many people who look like me on the team. That too. Like, people say, like, I'm not one of them people who say everything is racist. But when you 18, you already in a spot that's new, and you feel uncomfortable, and you only see like a handful of people that's like you. Yep. And it was a coach that, I ain't gonna say his name because I ain't like that, but like it was a coach that he was one of us, but he wasn't one of us, if you get what I'm saying. Yep. So dealing with that, it was just a lot, bro. Yeah. Like I ain't even gonna lie. And like I worked my ass off in high school to get to a certain level. Then you get to college and you bringing this in, it automatically just, so that just my mental just wasn't right. Just like it was tough, bro. But like again, shout out to my pops. Like, man, I ain't gonna let you quit. You can get up out of here. You can go somewhere else, but you got to finish this year out. That's real. So I was able to finish the year out. And like, I will say shout out to the team, bro. Like I loved the guys on the team. Kurt Hansen was an All-American dog. Nick Allen, Mike Shaw, Shane Keeler. Let's talk about Shane. Yeah. Bro, you ever play ones with a cat and I can't do nothing with, bro? Oh yeah, most definitely. You like, man, I can't do. Fact. Shane was one of the ones, bro. And when you young, you think you the coldest. Shane was older. He had transferred in from a D2, and I just took to bro. He was cool. I tried to play ones with Shane. He'll let me win one game. Yeah. Then it was it was over after that. But like that was like, speaking of Shane, man, tough, big body, and just could still move. So shout out to Shane, whatever bro doing though. I know he doing something good. And I want to shout out them freshmen, Rob Stallion, Kane Hoffman, Mitch Chordoff, who was my roommate. My bad for stealing your shorts, Mitch. Joe Swag, Ben Stecker. It was a good group of guys, but just the fit just wasn't there in terms of the system. I appreciate like my time there, man. Shout out to Coach Guard for bringing me in. Just didn't work out, so I wanted to go somewhere else when I was done playing there. Fact. So you leave there and you go to Benedictine? Yeah, so I ended up going to Benedictine. I reached back out to the coaches because that was where I originally wanted to go, to be honest. So yeah, because you spoke on so we worked something out with the money where I got a little bread to go there. And the guy I was telling you who reminded me of Quam, he was there. He was the point guard at the time, and they had a whip over there too. Yeah. But just in terms of talent, I felt like I could fit into that pool. But I knew I'm coming in as a sophomore, and they already got a good team, so I'll probably go same as high school. take my ego to the side, be able to wait. Let me wait, sit behind these guys, learn a new system, and probably junior year, senior year is when I could have my time. So that was what it was, and I'm glad I went through that stuff in high school. So it was able. So when I got into another situation like that, I didn't pout or have an ego, because I know these dudes older and like they better. Like, shout out to Cam Snelling. He was like first team all conference in the league. Nate was his junior year. Homie Terry Lick was our sixth man, was cold. Brian was cold. Like AJ Brown, like all them seniors, Jarrell Tribble, cold. One of the most inspirational people ever. He actually from the same project as D Rose.
Okay.
Inglewood. So like cut from that cloth. Like, so we had a whip over there my sophomore year. We actually made it to the tournament too. So to like just be a part of that, like, was good enough for me. Yeah. But in terms of talent, I felt like I was just as talented as anybody over there. And like, not to get on my soapbox again, but when I initially was going there, I was promised you gonna play. Yeah. Like, we gonna find a spot for you to play. But I'm like, is this just talk, or, you know, you telling me this to bring me here? But another cat was brought in, and shout out to Dario, he was my bro. But he was brought in, we were similar size, played kind of like the same position. But this, my coach dude. Yeah. It's my assistant coach. This his guy who he brought in. So Dario was able to get the starting spot. But I was cool with that, because we the same age, and Dario was just a pure catch and shoot, like, I feel that, banger. So I can't argue that. Do I think I'm better than bro? Like, yeah. Like, I kill dude, like. But like, he could play, and he fit the mold of what that team needed, like, to be a catch and shoot guy, playing with Nate, playing with Cam. So I was willing to wait, bro. And like, shout out to Jameson Montgomery.
Oh, you played with Jamerson? Yeah, shout out Coach Jamerson, man. J-Mo, he a year older than me. Yep. But he came from somewhere else and was able to redshirt there. So we was able to be the same years when we got there. So yeah, my sophomore year there was cool. Like, I played on the reserve team, and that's where I really was able to get minutes, like, get my shit off. Yep. But then, but yeah, it was smooth, man. I liked the environment. It was more of us there, so I felt more comfortable. My best friend from high school at the time, who I played football with, he came with me and got on the football team. So where we stayed, the dorm was cracking, bro. We was cool with the first floor. It was a good vibe. So I can't, no complaints about my sophomore year at all. Hey, man, I love it, because you giving real stories of the athlete. I know we see the top 5 stories all the time and stuff like that, but this is the 99% of people. This is the real story of athletes right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I appreciate, like, the names you shouting out, the real grinds, like, man, no bullshit. Like, this the real stories. And too, just the importance of, like, getting a scholarship for basketball, playing for basketball. For sure. I feel like that's the number one thing that kids should be looking forward to. Do you, like, how you feel about that? You know what I'm saying?
How I feel about it is, like, the biggest thing I would tell people when you selecting schools, do your research and pick where you fit at. Yeah, a school can have a name. They got, you know, status, all that. But if you go to their program and your game don't fit, or you really don't mesh with the coach, you kind of setting yourself up for failure. And I think that was the mistake I made my freshman year. Like, my dad hooped, you know, he could play the game, but he wasn't in that stuff, so he don't know. He just, you hear, like, playing. At the time, Platteville was one of the, how Point is now, that was Platteville back when I was getting recruited. So when you hear that a big school, you know what I'm saying, want your son, oh, you gonna go there? Without really, okay, what do y'all run? Okay, where he gonna fall in depth chart? Okay, how many will he feel comfortable here? Like, them questions wasn't asked, and I don't put that on him, because nobody knew. This is our first time, like, going through a recruiting process. So I feel like if I had a son and I was with him, I would be asking those questions. Like, where my son gonna fall into place? Like, who gonna look after my son? So yeah.
Man, I hear that so much too, even on every level. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
like,
for sure.
I know it probably was it like players out there, you know what I'm saying, they probably like just got like one Division I scholarship, got a whole bunch of D2 scholarships that'd be better for them, and they just choose that one just to that situation.
Sure.
Like,
for sure.
That ain't always the right route, man. Pick what's the best school for you, like you said, man.
For sure.
Facts. Moving forward, then you end up transferring again. You went to Concordia. You know what I'm saying? So speak on that adjustment, you know what I'm saying, you leaving and going to Concordia. How was that adjustment for you?
So, junior year there, all those seniors I named left. So junior year, I'm looking like I'm about to start. Like, it's literally probably Nate and Dario was the only 2 starters coming back. So I'm like, I can fit in one of those spots, whether it be 2 through 4, I could play in one of those spots. Like, I feel like I lost some weight, I leaned up, my shot was there, my athleticism went up a little bit. I felt like I was prepared to be in this spot. But Bunks, our coach, brought in plenty of people, and now it's like it's a cluster of people. So lineups was different all the time. Then they end up getting kicked off the team for a little bit, so it was a vacuum. So I kind of slid into that role of being the top scorer when Nate was gone. But when Nate came back, it was like, okay, now it's a cluster again. But Nate was cold, so Nate ended up being, the guy which he should have been. But I feel like every after Nate, it was just like, one game it was this guy, one game it was this guy, one game it was this guy. And that's not good for confidence, bro.
I feel that.
Like, that is not good for confidence if you don't know if you're going to be starting, you're going to be the 6th man, or if you even going to play.
Oh, that's the worst.
And I feel like it was bad, bro. And, like, going through that, I would have games where I'd be in the 20s, games where I barely play. So for my mental, I was looking at Bunks crazy, like, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
So that, and then I had some stuff off the court just in terms of school and dealing with a little something on the side. That was kind of getting to me. So I just like, okay, I want a new start, and I want to go somewhere and not even just play ball. I was ready to just be done with ball. But at the time at Concordia, and they was cold, my best friend was a point guard, Brian Donaldson. He went to Whitnell.
Okay.
Cold, same grade as us, cold. And he was like, bruh, you should come here. I'm like, nah, bro, I already did the transfer thing one time. I don't want to do it again. Like, I was in the transfer portal before it was a portal, bro. Like, real talk.
I feel that.
But he stayed on me. He was like, bro, you should come here. I'm like, And I talked to my dad about it. He was like, and I'm like, my guy want me to come to Concordia. And a shout out to my dad again, man. He was like, son, you don't want to have no regrets.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't play your senior year of college, you're going to regret that. So I'm like, all right, I'll go on a visit. So I took, even going on a visit, like, I'm grown, bro. Yeah. I don't want to go on no recruit. Like, I'm grown.
Yeah.
But I kind of had to tuck my pride. I went on the visit. I met up with Brian there. Facility's beautiful. People beautiful. And I know the history. Like, Concordia got a very good basketball program, bro. Like, tradition. Shout out to Skip. Skip probably one of the coldest people who ever went there. He went to Vincent. I think it was like 05, 06. He played with Marcus Landry.
Yeah.
So like Skip was I'm like, Skip went here. I want to follow behind that. So I get there, I see like the campus, like my guy Brian there, and my friend who I told you I went to BU with, he came over there the year prior to just go to school. He was done with football and he wanted to just go to school. So I got my two best friends here. It's like 20 minutes from the crib. I know people here. It's a lot of us here. It's a lot of just good people here. Yeah. Concordia is a Lutheran school too, so I went to a Lutheran middle school, so I got people from that circle over here. So like, I'm like, it makes sense, bro. Yeah. Like, it makes sense. Get you a fresh start. Get out of that. What's going over there? So I talked with the coach, and he wasn't in my ear like, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that. He kept it real with me, like, man, I hope you here. If you come here, you gotta be here wanting to do good. Because if not, like, I feel like I'm just using you. Yeah. So he didn't just tell me like ear candy. He kept it real with me. And I knew their team graduated a lot of players too. Like, shout out to Luke Dodens, Mitch Snyder, like studs. Yep. But they was graduating. Matt Palukniak was a point guard. They starting point guard. With my guy, they split time. So I knew they had a vacuum, and they had a 6'8" big. So I knew I was playing with size. they had a 6'5", another big, my guy Brian. So they got 2 dudes who I know I ain't gonna be.
Yeah, they gonna
so
sit you down.
I could play that guard spot. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Like we made the transfer, and then I don't know if you remember who Rick Bowers was.
Yes,
he played
at
Germantown.
Shout out Rick Bowers.
Yeah, his little brother Malcolm Bowers.
He our grade a year older, right?
Rick a year older than us.
Yeah, a year older.
Rick was supposed to come over with us, but bro was, man, shout out to Rick.
Shout out Rick.
He was playing, but like
I ain't seen him in years.
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. Shout out Rick, man.
So during the open gyms, Rick could be there, but his little brother Malcolm was there, and Malcolm. So the starting lineup was Brian at the 1, Malcolm was at the 2, I was at the 3. My guy Brian Jackson, 6'5", 6'6", at the 4. Big Steve, who got Defensive Player of the Year, 6'9". So I'm like, bet.
Yeah.
This makes sense. And then, like I told you, I came from a Christian background, so that element is there. So all the pieces is there. And then we had got an apartment in Cedarburg with my 2 best friends and one of my other teammates. So that was set up. So everything just flowed, bro.
Yeah.
And I felt love there. Like, skip the basketball stuff. Yeah. I just felt like, man, like I'm welcomed here. I'm not being used. I don't feel like I gotta like battle with teammates for,
Yeah.
It was none of that, bro. It was just love. So like it was like one of the best decisions I could have made, and we was good, bro. Like right from playing in them open gyms, I knew like, okay, we got something here. I don't know what it is, but we got something.
Facts.
So it was smooth, bro.
Yeah, and true. You really, you know what I'm saying, you was doing your thing that season. You ended up getting first team all conference that season, you know what I'm saying? So just that experience on the court overall, you know what I'm saying? You feel like that was the best time of your college career?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know I don't even think I got it down here. So the Concordias, it's more than one Concordia, bro. It's a bunch of.
Yes, it's few.
Yeah.
They got some in Chicago.
Yeah. So they was in our conference, bro.
Yeah.
So what they do is
on them.
what they do is they do what's called a CIT. It's a Concordia Invitational Tournament. So the one from Chicago, the Concordia from Michigan, and then the Concordia from Nebraska and Wisconsin.
Oh, that's big.
We all come together and play. So we went to Nebraska, and then the Concordia in Nebraska is D2.
Okay.
So, but that we still play in the same tournament. So we end up winning that tournament. When I tell you live, bro, it was different, bro. It was talk about the lights on. The championship game, struggled the whole game. End of the game, we down probably double digits. I just get hot. You know, when you just getting hot, you just throwing, it's going in.
Yeah.
That happened for me. We was able to upset them in their own gym and win that championship, bro. It was crazy.
Oh, that's beastie, yeah.
When I say crazy, bro. And like they had some fans, bro. Like when we was going in the tunnel back to the locker room, bro, they cheerleaders was crying.
I'm already knowing.
I'm like, bro, it's that. Like, I know we fans, but like we ain't Duke or like nothing like that. But they was crying, bro. I'm like, man. But it was like the best experience, bro. We went to Florida, Daytona. I'm gonna speak on that real quick.
Yeah, speak on it.
Went to Florida, Daytona. We ended up winning. That wasn't a tournament. It was like kind of like a shootout. So you just get 2 games. Won those 2 games. I was able to get a all tournament team in that. So, and I'm snitching on Brian. I'm snitching on Malcolm. I'm snitching on Josh. I'm snitching on Booba, and I'm snitching on my homie Brody. All the black players too. All the black players. So after we won that, we had a day before we left. So we was cool with one of the assistant coaches at the time. Coach Pappas, I'm snitching on you too. I'm on my Charleston White right now. So the homie Brian, like, bro, with Luke, we used to, drink and like do stuff and like go out and party. So I'm like, we can do that this year too. I'm like, I'm following your lead, bro. Like, all right, bet. And we had 1 or 2 games. We was done playing. So in Daytona, where we was staying, it was a nightclub on the end of the block. Yeah. We like, man, we gonna pop in there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We on a high from winning. But the coach was like, y'all can't go out. I'm like, bro, could we still do it? And Coach Pappas, we asked him like, hey, bro, can we still go out? We won our games. We done. Pappas like, yeah, just don't get caught. We like, say less.
It's up.
So we go there, I forgot what the name of the club was. I think it was called like Razzles or something like that. We go there, we like 5, 6 deep. My homie from France, Booba, solid player, shout out to Booba. He was like the party dude. He got us VIP. So we got a section. We thinking we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh, y'all turn.
We got cigars in that month. We like chilling. And I'm like, okay, look at my watch. When we leave early the next day, so I'm like, I look at my watch. I'm like, it's cool, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I probably had one shot, and I'm 21 at the time.
Yeah, this early.
I had one shot. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't tipsy. I smoked like 2 cigars. I'm gonna get out of here. Like, all right, y'all, get back safe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home early. I got back into the hotel room thinking we good. Bro, I wake up. Booba didn't get in till like 5. Josh and Malcolm didn't get in till like 4 or 5. Brian got in late, and they still drunk. I'm sober. I'm straight. Like, I didn't do nothing. I had one shot and 2 cigars. Well, Black and Mild. Let's keep it real. I'm fine, but Booba like laid out on the bed.
Slap.
I'm like, Brian just like, I'm like, dog, y'all gonna get us caught up. So I had, cause Brian was my brother, he my best friend at the time.
Yeah.
I had to put his arm around me, carry him through the airport. Like he joking with me, like effing with me, like poking me. I'm like, bro, I'm about to beat you like straight up. And Booba 6'5", probably like 220, like big dude.
Yeah.
I had to throw my sunglasses on him just so they couldn't see his eyes, but he's still like. So our coach not stupid.
Yeah.
He see this.
Cause he probably smell it too.
Yeah, he see this and be like, okay, they did something. And then me trying to get ahead of it, I'm like, I know we in trouble, but I'm gonna get ahead of it. I'm like, coach, I went out last night. I was only out till 1. Yeah. But I came right back. I can't speak for the rest of them. I ain't tell on them. I just said what I did just to try to like
cover yourself.
Get ahead of it. But them dudes was so trashed. Like, I'm like, bro, y'all know we gonna get in trouble, right? So why when we get back to Concordia, he pull everybody in and say like, y'all know y'all in trouble, right? I told y'all not to go out. Y'all went out anyway. We got to have a meeting at my house to determine like y'all fate. I'm like, damn, we could potentially get kicked off the team.
That's serious.
And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, I only stayed out till 1. And I was like, and then Brian like, bro, I'm gonna speak up for you at the meeting. I know you was only, I'm gonna speak up for you. So and this is before Christmas break, bro. Like we did the games, we get to Christmas break, then this happened. And then
so y'all halfway through the season.
Yeah, bro, we at the halfway point. And like we on the high, we got a day, we just want to go out. And first of all, our coach bogus for not letting us go out. Like you bogus
that is
for
bogus,
that.
man.
Like, come on, man.
But that's how it was. That's how it was.
For sure. So we get to cause we had to go to our coach's house. And we basically had to like beg to not get kicked off the team. It was real. Like we was like really in trouble. And the whole time, I said my spiel, but the whole time I'm like, I'm good. Like, they gonna speak up for me. I ain't do nothing. I did something, but I ain't
do too much.
So the whole time, I'm thinking like somebody gonna speak up for me. Brody talk, Booba talk, Malcolm talk, Josh talk. The homie Brian, it's his turn to talk. Brian ain't say nothing. I'm like, bruh, dog, what is y'all low? Like, so what we had to do, because the WBBY was at Concordia and we hosted it. So our punishment was we had to run before practice and we had to work every day before and after the WBBY tournament and clean up afterwards. Yeah. Oh. And this is a lesson to kids. Yeah. Bruh, stay out the way. even if you're going with somebody and you don't like do nothing, the fact that you went, you in trouble. If I can give anything to the young kids, remember that. Just stay out the way. Just be like, I'm good.
Hey, man, that's in every situation.
Bruh. And I'm like, and then what was crazy is Wally, because Wally wasn't coaching at Dominican no more. But he was at the tournament. And luckily, he ain't see me running before practice, but it was good to see him. But I'm like, man, like, I hope dude don't see me like this.
On some discipline shit.
But it was just like, man, and I wasn't even that tight, bro. Like, you could say I'm green, bro. Like, I do my little thing here and there, but I'm straight there, bro. It's class, weights, gym, home. I might mess with have a little something on the side, a little lady friend here and there. But I ain't like that, bro. And the fact that I was in the mix and in the same trouble as the rest of these dudes. And I ain't gonna put the stories about what they was doing. But I was in the same trouble. It's just like, okay, bro. You really gotta pay attention to your surroundings. Cause like, just even like on some real shit, bro. You in the car, it's 3 of y'all. You just ignorant, just in the car. Somebody do a drive-by. And then you get pulled over, bro. You an accessory. You was just with your homies. Not even on that. I'm just going for the ride. What you mean murdered? Like I ain't had nothing to do with it. Did nobody speak up? Don't nobody speak up for you. And you got the same charge as the rest of them. So that's how I had to look at it.
I'm glad you brought that up. And not even speaking too much on it, but it's a situation where I know right now where it's some best friends. They both hip hop rappers in the city. But like they getting into it because it was a situation where they got bust down by the police. It was a certain situation. It was a certain person stuff and another person with stuff. But now they trying to point the finger at the other dude. You know what I'm saying? Because man, he ain't, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he said it wasn't his or something like that. But like you said, no bullshit. But you gotta watch what situation.
Yeah, bro, and like, that's how, bro. That's how I was on my block. Like I said, I lived on a little bubble where if you stayed from 33rd to 35th on the Thurston side, if you stayed in that little bubble, it was some stuff that would happen. But if you pretty much stayed in that bubble, you was straight. But you could innocently go. You know where Smith Park is? I do. Over there, go to the village. You could venture off there innocently, and you could be a part of some stuff without even knowing. So like, I never wanted to be a part of that. So the fact that I got in trouble for that was just like, man, I don't even move like this. And the fact that I'm in the same trouble, like, really let me know going forward, okay, you got to watch where you going and who you around, bro.
Especially affecting college. And for the youth out here, not even just like you brought up in any kind of situation like this. It's affecting your life, man.
For sure.
One thing, I'm happy that I don't got right now. I don't got no felony on my name.
Man.
Think about catching the felony at 16. Because you thinking you tough or you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's
I ain't gonna lie. And I understand y'all be thinking y'all over tough and it's a lot going on. You can be from a certain neighborhood. But I'm telling you, man, save your face, save your name. You don't want nobody to come, they see your face, oh, that's that nigga that did this or that. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's on your name already. Then, like, I'm telling you, you can't get no crib. You can't get no.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. Have a charge like that on you, it stick with you. And you gotta do a lot to get that expunged. Like, it was a situation that happened. We'll talk about that later. I was saved by the grace of God, but had I got charged fully, something could happen from that.
It's real,
But like, man, to get that off your record is crazy. And like,
for all you, if you in the streets or not, I swear to God, your name is your name. Swear to God, and we can go to like, and we parents. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I tell my kids all the time, like, you can clown in class and all that, because I did the same thing. But at the end of the day, those parent teachers conference, that report card, that say your name on it. For real, like, and can't nobody judge you even when we out of here. It's gonna be you.
Facts.
You feel me? So at the end of the day, you do gotta be selfish. You gotta think about yourself. It ain't about crashing out. Ain't about what your homie said or you this and that because I ain't do that. No, man, it's your name.
That's facts.
So facts. I feel you on that.
But so we had that debacle, and what made me mad is like, so we had a tournament that came up after that. Where we played in the Dells, and another punishment was I couldn't start the first game. And shout out to my homie Jarvis Ragland, who played at King. He went to Stout, so UW Oshkosh was at the tournament, and UW Stout was at the tournament. And that's at a time. First of all, I'm gonna say this. Sidetrack. The UW schools, like a Whitewater or a Stevens Point or something like that, that's just as good as any D2 you gonna ever.
I see.
Like, if you go to Whitewater and you play and you a good player there, I know plenty of people that went pro out of Whitewater. Miles McKay went there, Matt Goodwin, homie Rob Perry, London Dunlow, who I told you about.
Yeah,
he went there. Dustin Mitchell he went pro. Like, if you go to Whitewater and you play there, you was still the same.
One of the best out of our city, Dupree Fletcher.
Yeah, he was there. My freshman year, he was there. Like, point the same way. Like, it was that is some whips in that conference. So it ain't no shame in saying you played out of that conference. Like, I'd be happy to tell people I went to Platteville. But yeah, man. So those two schools was there. We ended up losing to Oshkosh because we were supposed to beat them. Had I started, we would have beat them. So again, bro, going through that punishment it hurt the team. Stout, I ain't gonna lie, they washed us because they was good.
Yeah.
But like the fact that Jarvis was there, like I wanted to play against my homie Jarvis and do him, but the chemistry was off just because of what happened the first game. But it just made me feel crappy, like, damn, I can't do this to the team again. Even though I thought I was being innocent, just going with the flow, that happened. So I'm like, that can't happen again, especially being a leader on the team too. So, but we was able to get past those wins and keep it moving with the season.
Yeah. So how you feel like the rest of the season finished out? It finished out pretty good. No other issues.
Bro, it went smooth, man. I can't complain. Like, shout out to John Cording at MSOE. I ain't gonna say that was our rival, but we always knew that was a tough game. So at the top of the conference was Lakeland and us. And we split with Lakeland, so that gave us the tie. We had the tiebreaker over them. So at the end of the year, all we gotta do was beat MSOE and I think another team, and we would have won conference. We went to MSOE, and shout out to them. If anybody looking for a school and got grades, look at MSOE. Yeah. Beautiful gym. Like, beautiful gym. You downtown Milwaukee, bro. You got access to, and you an engineering student, look at MSOE. But we like, if we win this game, we go win conference. So I started the game pretty good, like, but they just had it for us that day, bro. They end up upsetting us, beating us, and that's what kind of like bumped us to second. So we ended up coming in second for the conference that year. Yeah, shout out to John, man. He was different that game.
Thanks. Hey, that's funny you brought up MSOE, like, as far as they hold a lot of basketball events for the people in the city. But like, shoot, that's good to just have gyms, man.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I'm saying?
sure,
Those
bro.
kind of like something like that. I remember playing AU in there. They got multiple gyms all through.
Yeah, they got one upstairs. That's where the summer league was.
Yeah,
Wednesdays was. Yeah.
Yeah, so like just stuff like that, man. Like I said, I always love basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Professional ain't everything, but I would, if you can play it and you got love for it, play it, man. Find your distraction.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as the youth.
No, for sure. For
real.
Yeah.
So all right, now you graduated out of Concordia.
Yeah, I got my degree out of there.
So give me a breakdown. You went into trucking.
So it's a story with that. So, and I hate to do this, Concordia alumni. I'm sorry. Shout out to Lakeland. They beat us and ended our season by 1 point. Lakeland was our rival.
Yeah. So
shout out to Jake Schwartz and Justin Ward. Justin Ward went pro out of our conference. And Jake could have went pro too, but I think he was just kind of done with basketball. But they beat us 70-69 to end my career. So, mind you, when the season ended, I'm like, okay, now it's time to figure life out. Like, I loved basketball, played it all my life. Now it's time to figure life out. But then I get this letter. I look at the letter, and it's from like an agency. And like I opened the letter up, and it was like, hey man, we invited you to this pro camp in New Hampshire. And I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I played D3. I was a good college player on the D3 level. But I ain't thinking about playing pro, bro. I'm thinking, I ain't even gonna pretend like I'm like, bro, I'm going pro out of this motherfucker. Like, that was never a thought for me. I just thought I was gonna finish playing here, get a good job, and rock out. But because I got that, I got 2 letters actually. I got one from this Nick Coates. He had an agency. And I had another letter from this dude named Dustin Simcox, who had a sports agency, and they invited me to play in camps. So I gave it to Brian. Brian was training at the time. So I'm like, bro, you got to work me out, man. Like, this basketball, this might not be over. So I worked out, got ready for the camp, went to the camp. And when I told you, going from JV to VAR, VAR to college, now this pro, like, there's some players there I'm looking like, bruh. Funny story. When I got off the plane, I ran into 2 dudes that looked like they was ball players. I'm like, y'all going to the camp? They like, yeah. Mind you, they sitting down. We talking. Bro, these dudes stand up. I'm like, no lie, bro. One of them 6'7". I don't know. One of them was like 6'8", other one 6'9". I'm like,
yeah. Thanks.
Looking at my pops like, bro, I hope we, I hope we, you know what I'm saying? I hope we made the right decision coming out here, because it was in New Hampshire, but it was players from all over. So we start the camp, and I held my own there too, bro. I ain't gonna say I was busting everybody. I ain't gonna jack it down and be all like that, but I held my own. I remember the first game I watched homie play that I seen. First play, he catch that motherfucker. Yeah, I'm like, bruh.
Like neck scratch.
Like easy. I think he was from like Maryland in that area. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's different. Like, it's levels to it. And like, luckily, I was able to realize, okay, I was good at one level. And I might could sneak into like a lower level league overseas, but I ain't some of these dudes here. And it was some dudes that got signed out of that camp, and unfortunately I ended up breaking my foot at that camp, like bad. So I had to take the plane ride with a broken foot, and it was just,
oh, that's tough.
It was tough, bro. Yeah. So after that,
is that your first injury? Like really
that was my first any like basketball injury that was like that. So I'm like, you know what? I probably can. I had a good run at it, but that was probably the end of my, my road. But I was still young, and I know I still had the other invite from the dude in Illinois. So I told myself, I'm gonna try one more time. I'm 22 at the time. So I healed my foot, got better. I got hired at a linen company, and we'll get into that. But I got hired at the linen company, saved up some bread to pay for the other exposure camp. Saved the money, went to the other one, and I played well at the other one too. It was actually some cats who I played against in college that was there, and I played well. Ended up not getting signed, and that was where I was like, okay,
yeah,
I had a good run. It was cool playing here. I held my own, good camaraderie, but everybody can't be Jordan Poole, bro.
Facts. Yeah.
Everybody can't be DG.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be Dwight. It's levels to it.
It is levels.
I was proud of the level I got to, but I would never jack it down and say I'm on the same level.
No, that's real. That's real. Mm-hmm.
And I was able to.
Who is?
And the sad thing is, that came to me right away. Bro, it's people our age still thinking, and you can speak on it too, bro. Still thinking, bro, I'm this. Yep. I need people to see that I'm this. Like, and I got that early, like, no, I'm not that. Mm-hmm. Like, I had success with basketball. Like, it built me as a man. But now it's time to figure out something else so I could live, bro. Yep. So that was my mindset. So I walked away from that camp like it was closure. That's like you ever had a lady friend, y'all going back and forth, on and off. But then you had that one event to be like, okay, it's done. Go, I love you, like what we had, but it's time to move on. And that's what it was with basketball. I could still play leagues and like open gyms, but like this ain't gonna feed me. Yeah. So my mindset has to shift. The same way I told you, like my mindset had to shift when I played with Jig and Quan. I can't be that guy with them. Yeah. Like we not gonna win if I try to be that guy with them. I'm not even gonna play if I try. I have to fit in and be, how can I help them get better? Facts. So that mindset of putting my pride to the side had to be the same way with just life. Yeah. So I got into trucking totally on accident. So my major is in business with a minor in marketing. So I wanted to get like in promotions and advertising. So that was what I was trying to do. Had plenty of interviews, put my resume out everywhere. And I just wasn't having success, bro. Like I would literally dedicate days to applying and just it wasn't clicking. I finally got an interview and got hired on to a company that sold golf packages for the PGA. I did that for like 2 days, and I seen the nature of sales and promotion and how like cutthroat you think dudes from Milwaukee cutthroat? Yeah, bruh. In sales, sharks, real sharks. In sales, it's a totally different atmosphere. You could just look in the eyes of some of them dudes, bro. All they think about is money. and like, okay, what I'm gonna do to get money today?
Yeah.
Who I'm gonna F over to get some bread? That's the mindset of where I was working. So I'm like, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't for me. So
man, that's real.
I ended up walking away from that. Go ahead.
No, just real quick.
Yeah.
So do that mean like a billionaire is like a serial killer almost?
I ain't gonna say that, but to get to billions, your mind got to be different.
Yeah.
Your mind got to be. They might not be the most physically imposing dude, but don't get it twisted.
No, I didn't even think about the physical.
Like, I would never challenge Elon Musk on that.
Facts, yeah.
Or what's the dude from Amazon, Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Because they willing to go there. Like, bro, I had to do stuff to get here. Bill Gates, like all of them.
Who Shannon Sharp was just interviewing?
Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban.
He different, bro.
Like that's what made me think about that.
Bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's what made me think about that.
He different. And as tough as you are, Mark Cuban can get somebody $1 million to do something to you.
Facts.
That's different, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and them dudes got that mindset.
Yeah.
So
that's
like,
what I mean. Like just that mindset that you gotta have to make it to that point.
Yeah, you gotta be different. You gotta be willing to stay up all night. You gotta be willing to take an L. You gotta be willing to invest. All of that, bro. Like, so not saying I don't have that mindset, but it's a line.
It's a cut.
I got a line, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and these dudes, and I ain't say the company, so I could talk about the actions. These dudes was willing to like bankroll a whole company's like money just to sell a package.
Yes.
Like, you want the package? I'll take all that money. I'm like, this ain't for me. And I'll say that nobody in there looked like me either.
Yeah.
So like, I just didn't want to do that. So I'm like back on the interview process. So I find a company that has a route sales representative position open. Okay. I'm like, okay, I could maybe do that interview. I came in looking all professional, looking all like ready to go. And then like right when the manager seen me and I got to talking, he was like, hey man, because I was trying to be formal and professional. He was like, hey man, you're gonna be delivering carpets and like uniforms. This ain't that.
Yeah.
Like, you still want to do it? I'm like, I don't know. He was like, hey, we'll give you $600 a week to do it. And I'm broke at this time, bro.
I'll take it.
I'm like, all right, I tried.
Yeah.
And we drive a box truck at the time, like probably like a 20-footer box truck. I'm like, I gotta eat, man. I ain't trying to live at my parents' house forever. We still had the situation in Cedarburg with my roommates, but like I'm a year out of school at the time, so I got to figure out a play. It's like I'm gonna give this a try, and I would say the biggest thing I had to get over with that job, bro, I had to get up at 5. Matter of fact, no, I had to get up at 4 because I had to be to work by 5.
Yep, so that's
bro,
real.
Getting up at 4,
I know them jobs.
Getting up at 4 every day. Lacing up your boots, laying out your uniform, and just, it's a different grind, bro. Like, and that's the one thing I wanted to come on this show to talk about. Basketball, cool, of course, I love the game.
Facts.
But that's not reality for everybody, bro. For the majority.
I'm glad you said that.
For me, it wasn't my reality. Like, I had to get a job.
Yeah.
I had to get a 9 to 5. Really, it was a 5 to 5. Once you get there, do your paperwork, get your truck, you can't go home till your truck empty. So that was my introduction to trucking. Mm-hmm. I didn't try to like get in it. I thought it was a sales position. But I needed money and I'm like, I'll give it a try. And like, I'm still in shape. Like, I'm 1 year removed from basketball. So I'm still in shape. It was a physical job. So I gave it a try and I hated it, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, this ain't life, bruh. This can't be life. So I did that for probably like 4 or 5 months. And I'm not gonna say the company name, but the way the company was like ran was poor. Mm-hmm. Like, it was poor. And they would set drivers up to have problems with customers because they ducks wasn't in a row. And I'm like, I can't work for this company. I can't work for nobody who not gonna put me in a position to win. I'm all for earning. I'm all for working to achieve something. But if you not putting me in a position to win, I can't do it, bro.
No, that's real.
So what happened was I got into a situation with a customer, and the people who loaded the trucks put all the wrong product on my truck.
Oh, wow.
And when I gave it to the customer, bruh just went in on me. He's like, it ain't your fault, but I'm sick of this company. Like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I walk back. You know you're supposed to give 2-week notice when you quit.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I'm like, nah.
I feel that.
And what was sad, because one of the secretaries, like, I was cool with her. older lady, but she was so mad at me for doing that. But like, I can't do it.
And
like,
you still young at the time too.
I'm like, I can't do it, bro.
That.
I can't do it. But that got my feet wet to trucking. The biggest hurdle with trucking is getting up early. If you could get up early, that's the biggest hurdle. So I got back on like applying for jobs. And then I seen a vending company was hiring that was out the same box truck as what I was used to driving. I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
So I got into vending, like filling the vending machines and stuff, and I'm 23 at the time, 22, 23.
Oh, that's a nice job.
It's a nice job, and I was making a little bit, bro. That's when I got my first apartment. I moved to off Hampton in Port Washington.
Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Area, bro. I got my first apartment. I was making
right by Washington Bay.
Yeah, yeah, making a little bread, bro. And I'm like, this dope. I hate the job. The job tough, bro, because you still got to deal with certain stuff. But like, I feel like as a man, I was getting somewhere. I had to go home to my parents and ask them for stuff.
That's it.
I had my own whip that I was taking care of, taking care of all my bills. I had my student loans started to kick in, so I'm taking care of that. I felt accomplished as a man. So when I'm doing that, and Chuck said, this how God work, I got my own little this how God work story. So when I'm doing that, I get approached by a driver at a stop who drive the semi truck for Cisco. And he was like, bro, you should be a semi-truck driver. I'm like, oh, nah, bro. Yeah. I ain't driving them big old trucks.
That's what I would think, too.
Like, I ain't doing that. But he was like, no, man, you should, you in shape. Like, you already out here. Like, would you give it a try? I'm like, I still was like, nah. He was like, bro, you can make this much. Like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? I'm like, wait, what? He was like, you can make this much. And that's probably double what I was making at the time. So I'm like, well, who can I talk to? He gave me the manager number. I called the manager that day, got an interview set that next week. And that was my introduction to semi-truck driving. Okay. Bro. It was all just like by chance, or I call it God, because I was in the right spot. Because I came to work every day, even though I didn't like my job, I still tried to do my job well. I didn't try to the same way I had to be on the bench my sophomore year, be behind. That was the same state I was in professionally.
Facts.
Let me be on the bench. Let me go play on the reserve team, the JV team, still make my little bread, but just wait my turn for a better opportunity. And that was that opportunity, bro. So I got brought into Cisco, and they actually trained me for free to get my CDL. I started out in a van, just doing like small hot shot orders. Yeah. I would do my van work in the afternoon. They'd put me in the truck in the morning. And I'm gonna say this, all you drivers who missed out on getting trained for free, they don't even do that no more.
Oh, I was gonna
They don't do that no more, bro. So like the DOT put it into play where you gotta go to like a school now, or you gotta be with an accredited like trainer. Yeah. So a lot of companies, they just don't do that no more. Yeah. But shout out to Cisco, they did that. So like, I was in the truck, I was doing both, doing my little side orders and being in the truck. And I eventually was able to get my CDL, my Class A CDL. Now I'm rolling. But it was rough, bro. Like, and with trucking, the same way you gotta tuck your ego with basketball, and bro, you can't drive no semi truck with an ego.
I feel that.
Like, you can't do it, bro, because you got other people's lives in your hand.
You do.
You got your own lives in your hand. And depending on what you're carrying, like you can have hazmats, you can have gas, you can have stuff that, bro, if you get into a wreck and that stuff spill out, bro, that's a problem for everybody. And like Cisco was a food company. So I got people orders, I got expensive stuff in the back. So it's the same way when you drive your car and your child in the back.
Facts.
Bro, you ain't gonna be, you gonna drive the car a different way as opposed if it was just you compared to your child. Yeah. So that was the mindset I had to have, bro. I got into a couple accidents. Like I had to tell myself, you gotta slow down, dude. And bro, you new to this. Like it's levels to trucking. Be cool being here. Yeah. Because if you thinking you can be up here with it, bro, you gonna crash out and now you back at the crib. Facts. So I worked at Cisco for about 9 months. Then I went to US Foods, which was in the Falls. And I liked it there too. That was a union company. I ain't gonna get on the whole thing with unions, but like I wasn't the biggest fan of that union, but I got while it was in place. So I did US Foods for a bit. I did that for like a year and a half. Semi, and ended up going to this company called Reinhardt, which is actually where I am now.
Okay.
Did Reinhardt for like a year. Then I got into this company called Averett Express, which was night driving. It was line haul. And that's where I had to get a hazmat endorsement. So when you get a hazmat endorsement, that means you carrying like gas.
Yeah.
You carrying flammables. You carrying all of that stuff. So I had to get that. I had to get all my endorsements for that.
Oh, that's beast.
And I did that for 3 years, bro. And that's when my route was in Tennessee.
Okay.
So I would go from Milwaukee to Tennessee. I take the Tennessee load to Chicago, from Chicago back home. That was generally my route. And that was tough, bro. Like driving at night, that's a different animal, bro. It's a different animal, bro. And it's
energy drinks and shit like that.
They train, cause like when I did my training for Averett, they telling us certain stuff. I'm like, man, it's just driving, bro. Again, tuck your ego, bro, because you ain't never did this before.
Do you think that come from like being a basketball player?
Yeah, because bro,
I just feel like that working like just a simple 9 to 5. Like, man, I had practices, I can knock this shit out easy.
Nah, bro. And even with basketball, bro, like you come in thinking you the stuff, but like it's a Quam there, G there, J there, and you like, all right, I get it. And it was the same with trucking, bro. And our training, they like, if you ever get tired, go off the side of the road and do some jumping jacks. I'm like, nigga, what? Like, and I have been driving for like 4-5 years now, but it's during the day.
Yeah.
I ain't never had to get off to the side of the road and do jumping jacks or had the windows down or like, but like I experienced that, like that helped. Like tucking my ego and actually listening to direction helped. Like, I had the coffee going. I ain't even no coffee drinker, but I had to do whatever to get the load safely to where, I had to go.
That's a fact.
At Averett, and that's where I'm gonna talk about the situation. So it's one of these days, it's cold, it's January, I'm coming back from Tennessee. I'm in Kentucky. And it's this big old commotion, like the road is backed up. And when you drive, bro, so what you got is like you have a time clock. You have 11 hours to drive. Okay. You got to take a break after 8 hours. And then you get 3 hours. And then like you have one big day you can declare throughout your week, but that's one time. Okay. And I think I might have already declared my big day throughout the week. So I gotta keep this truck moving. Like I want to go home, bro. I don't want to have to stay in no hotel. So this big commotion. I'm in Kentucky, and I'm in the South, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm in like, when I say that, I'm in the South. So like this big commotion happened. This car crash. I see like police coming everywhere. They catch the dude. They whooping this dude's ass. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Yeah. So like, where the police car was parked, it wasn't like blocking the road. So I waited 30 minutes. I seen they had him arrested. They put him in the car, and mind you, my time clock is still rolling. I'm losing time, so I'm like, okay, like it looked clear, like they going. Some of them even starting to leave. I probably could go. Yeah. So I try to go. Hell no! One of the police jump out in front of me. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Can't you see we? I'm like, I ain't know. It looked like it was over. Yeah. They told me to pull over to the side, and then I give them my license and all my insurance and all that. And then they come back to the car. They like, yeah, you got to get out the car. I'm like, for what? Like, in my mind, and I'm playing it chill, bro. This is the time, and this was the time during the pandemic, so the George Floyd stuff already happened. So in my mind, my parents already gave me the speech on like what you do when you get pulled over. So I'm going through all that. Let me be chill. Let me just do what they say. Facts. Because I don't want to be caught in Kentucky in the wintertime. I don't want that to happen. So he was like, yeah, you getting arrested, like put your hands behind your back. I'm like, what the
all that?
I'm like, bro, I didn't know. Like I genuinely didn't know, but I'm just going with it. I'm like, all right, whatever. So he take me to the car and he gets to write. So when you get arrested, the arresting officer, they got to write charges up. Yeah, that's fact. And like this dude, I ain't gonna say his name. I pray for him, man. I wish him the best, because I ain't got that type of spirit. But he was like looking up charges to put on me. And I'm like, bro, in my mind, I'm like, what you want, bro? Come on, man. And like I will give him credit for this one thing. So we got cameras in our trucks. So he like, when he arrested me, he was like, this camera's gonna save you. So I'm like, all right, I kept that in my mind. So he my rap sheet was like,
yeah.
Bro, he charged me with 1st-degree endangerment. He charged me with reckless driving, which I could have lost my CDL.
Yep,
It was
facts.
like, bro, it's like 2 other charges. I'm like, bro, what is up? And then like, I will give him credit too. He was like, you probably ain't gonna be able to use the phone in there. So like, if you wanna call your wife, call her now. And me and my wife just had got married. So I called her. I'm in Kentucky at the time. She in Milwaukee or Oak Creek where I was living. I'm like, baby, I just got arrested. I'm gonna be here for a night. And I will give him credit. He was like, he gonna be out in the morning.
Yeah.
So I got arrested. It's all right. I'll be home soon.
Yeah.
And my wife, she like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
she was saying,
bro, how would your lady feel, bro? You told me you got and you in a whole nother state.
She might come to Kentucky.
Man, that's what she was on. She was like, I'm coming down there. And we ain't had no kids at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, you ain't got to do that. But like, she like, no, I'm coming, baby. You ain't got to.
No, I know.
Do that. So the whole time I'm thinking like, bro, just trying to teach me a lesson. Maybe he gonna let me go. Mm-hmm. But I knew it got real when I'm gonna try to keep it Christian. Mm-hmm. This dude called a tow truck and he towed my load away. So I'm like, yeah, you don't just do that trying to teach somebody to listen.
He mad, for real.
So he took me to the jail. And I'm thinking like, and this how naive I, cause I ain't never been to jail, bro. So he do my prints, he do all that. I gotta, give all my stuff. But I'm not in the jumpsuit yet. I'm still in my work clothes, and he sent me on the bench. So I'm like, okay, they might just have me sit on the bench for a little bit, then I can get up right up out of here, soon. And then I'm just sitting on the bench. Then I just see a line of dudes in jumpsuits, chained up with mattresses, walking that way. And I'm like, oh shit, this is real up in here, bro. Same. Like in the orange jumpsuits. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm gonna have to fight in because you watch the
You never know, especially in Kentucky.
So like I'm looking at everybody like, okay, like I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to like, and mind you, the dude said you're only gonna be here for a night, but like
still
plenty stuff could happen in one night. So like I'm thinking, but I'm so naive. I'm thinking like they just gonna have me sitting here because what I did ain't serious. So after like an hour, they gave me the jumpsuit and they gave me these like cheap little flip flops. It's time to go into the cell. So mind you, this is during the pandemic. So when it's time to go to my cell, it's like probably like 12 dudes in there. Oh. We on the floor. It's nasty in there. They gave me the cot, like the little it was like a cot. It was like a little sleeping bag, but wasn't no cushion in there.
Yeah, nope.
So I'm like, how you gonna give me a sleeping bag without the cotton, bro? It was just like, it was a tarp.
It's jail.
It was a tarp, bro. So I'm like in there, and I'm like, I'm looking at I'm like, okay, like what's up? Like what's going on up in here? But like to my surprise, everybody was cool, bro. Like people in there like
trying to get out.
And they trying to get out, bro. Right. There was one dude sleep in the corner because I ain't want nobody behind me. Yeah. But where they put me, like somebody was behind me. So I got my eye on dude, but he sleep. Homie it was like a young boy in the corner, looked like about 17, 18. We got to talking in there for a gun charge.
Yeah.
One homie was in there. He was funny as hell, but kind of odd. I'm like, I don't even want to know what you was doing, bro. Like this dude bro, it's a room. No bigger than this little section.
Yeah.
And they got a toilet with no seat on it, like right there.
Yeah.
This dude get butt ass naked, take a shit in front of all of us. I'm like, bro, what we on, bro? I'm like, bro, what we on, bro? Like, and then in the front, I felt bad because it was this one old cat in there, probably in his 60s. He was in there for child support from like years back.
Yeah.
And I guess, I don't know, his baby mama.
Grown.
Yeah, his baby mama wanted to be vindictive, and he was in there, and he was like, but I paid it already. But he was in there. It was a cat in there for a DUI, just chill. Like, he been in jail. Yeah. He was just in there chilling. But I'm like, bruh, like, this crazy. So eventually, and it wasn't like the movies. Like, I wasn't in prison.
Yeah, thanks. No,
it was
I know
jail.
Them jail.
It was jail, bro. So like, we eventually get to talking. They asked me what I did, and I'm like, man, I got pulled over because I tried to, get around a police stop. So Like the young boy in the corner told me what he did, and then we just get to talk. We people at the end of the day. And then he was like, well, what do you do? I'm like, no, I'm a truck driver. And he was like, you like trucking? I'm thinking about doing that. And it was so sad because bro was like 18, bro, like young boy, bro. Yep. And what he was getting charged for was serious, like gun charge. I think he got on like a police chase. Yep. I'm like, bruh.
And especially how they add all those things too.
Yeah.
And those charges, like you said, literally could be in like 2-3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So like they see you with a gun, you bust out of there, that's a whole other charge.
Yeah.
All them felony charges, man. You 16, 17.
It's crazy, bro. So like I'm going through that. But everybody, like, it's no problem. So then, this the kicker, bro. The door opens. This Hispanic cat come in. He look all beat up and like look like he been through something. Bro tatted up and he was like, man, I did time before. Like he ain't ain't causing no problem, but you could tell like, bro different. So like he telling people what he did. And I'm like, bro, you the dude who caused the accident I was trying to get around, bro. And then I come to find out, bro had like a murder charge on him, and I'm like, first of all, why y'all got me in the cell with dude? Like, if I was like crazy, I could have fought dude. Thanks. But in my mind, I'm trying to get out of here. And what did kind of make me mad?
You would have been there longer.
What did kind of make me mad is when like, cause I told little buddy in the corner what happened. And when dude said what he was in for, he was the one that caught it. He like, oh, bro, that's the dude who you was. Yeah. And the dude who caused that, he looked at me like, oh, my bad, bro. No. I'm like, bro, I got a wife at home. I got a job I got to go to. And I'm in here because of your dumb ass, bro. Like, he just said it so nonchalant. I'm like, oh, my bad. I'm like, dog, bro. Like, I'm doing time. And then, like, when I heard my charges, bro, the endangerment charge, that's a felony charge. I could have been facing 5 years in Kentucky for that.
Yeah, in Kentucky.
So like, eventually I think they realized what it was and they took him out the cell. Like, it wasn't no problem. I wasn't gonna do nothing. But they realized we can't have him in the cell with bro. And like, he was facing some real charges. So I get up in the morning, and because it was the pandemic, this was like, they was doing everything online. So I ain't go to no like courthouse. We had court in the jail. And like, I don't know no court lingo. I don't know no legal lingo. So it's time for me to get arraigned. They say my charges, and the only charge I heard was the endangerment, which carries a 0 to 5 or 1 to 5 year jail sentence. I'm like, oh, no. And then when it come to bail, like, I don't know nothing. They like, he got a $5,000 bill to get out. So I'm looking like, damn, I gotta pay 5 G's to get out.
They do the 10% though?
Oh, bro, this is the crazy thing. So like, it is funny. So the cat who was asleep behind me, he was a cool cat, but he was in there for kidnap charges. So I'm like, damn, I had this dude behind me the whole time. It was another cat in there for like drug charges. But them was the ones who was telling me stuff. They're like, bro, you good, you can get up out of here. Like that 5,000, like you ain't gotta pay that. Right. Like, and the dude who was in there for kidnapping was giving me game. He just looked at me so like chill, like,
yeah,
bro, you good.
Cause they've been through this for real.
And what was crazy, what had me laughing in my head, he went first. The dude with kidnapping went first. This dude had like a $90,000 bond. I'm like, oh no, bro. Like, dog, this ain't going nowhere. And then the other cat who got me in trouble, he was before me. He had a $100,000 bond. He was trying to play tough guy. They like, where are you from? He was like, I'm from everywhere. But he wasn't trying to say nothing because he had the murder charge. That in Pennsylvania, we in Kentucky. Damn. So he probably still in jail to this day. I bet. Like, he ain't never coming home. So I'm like, damn, y'all really, I'm in the same, I went from playing college basketball, being this dude, y'all got me in jail with these but like, I had to
that's real. That's real.
Tug my pride. Do what I gotta do to get out of this situation. So when I finally got out, they gave me my stuff back. I'm like, I need a lawyer. So I looked up lawyers in the area, paid the retainer, and the lawyer was like, I got this. Like, this is what I do. Yeah. Like, let me take care of it. Bro, I was blowing up dude's phone all night. Like, bro, this one going back. Bro, I'm like, bro, this is who I am as a person. I'm a good dude. I ain't never been in trouble, bro. These my you know what I'm saying? He was like, bro, he had to call me like, Mark. Yeah. I'm a lawyer. You gonna be fine. But I had to get him the tape from my truck. He was like, I need that though.
Yeah.
And why I ended up leaving that company is because they gave me the runaround to get that tape. And they wanted to give me no legal advice too. I'm like, bro, I worked up for y'all for 3 years and y'all want to give me no legal advice? Y'all don't want to help me out? Like, I'm facing time, bro.
Real time.
I'm working for y'all. But it is what it is with them. So I gave the dude the $1,000 and the day of my trial. So I was here 2 weeks. And I quit Avery because I'm like, I can't work for y'all.
No, hell no.
I can't work for y'all. So I quit after the trial ended, but they suspended me. So I couldn't go to work. So I had to have my trial be done first before I go back to work. So the day of the trial, my lawyer called me and he was like, they want to plead you down. You can either take a 2nd-degree endangerment, which not a felony. It's not actually, no, that was a felony, but it's 2nd degree, or you could take a reckless driving charge and I could lose my CDL. So I'm like, bruh, do I take a felony?
Yeah.
Or do I take a charge that's gonna make me not eat?
Yeah, facts.
So I tried to call the company, like, which one should I take? They like, okay, we don't feel comfortable giving you legal advice. I'm like, what you mean, bro? Like, I'm facing time or I could lose.
Because of y'all.
So, so I tried to call my aunt, because my aunt worked in law. And she could really tell me at the time neither, because she ain't know the details. So I'm just praying. I'm like, dog, like, it gotta be more than just this. So my lawyer called me back closer to the trial. Because, like, the way court works is they want to plead you out. They want to plead you out so you can take a charge. They don't want no. And my charge was some bullshit, bro. Yeah. Had I went to court, I would have got everything. Because, bro, I have the tape. What I did was an endangerment. It was stupid.
Yeah.
It was stupid, but it wasn't endangerment.
Facts.
So they call again. They like, all right, Mark, I got good news. They want to plead you down to disorderly conduct.
Okay.
I'm like, that's cool, but I ain't do nothing. He was like, it'll look like you just got into a fight. But I'm like, I didn't get into no fight. I'm like, I didn't get into no fight. Like, I ain't even that type of dude to. He was like, it's what it is, man. You could take it. And he was like, they're going to give you 2 years of unsupervised probation for Kentucky. So I'm like, but I didn't get into no fight, though. Like, why I got to plead to something I didn't do? So that just made me realize how wicked the system is, man. I'm like, man, I ain't even do what they trying to plead me out to. But, like, bro, what's your options? Do you go to try? And I'm back in Milwaukee. Do I drive all the way to Kentucky, take a chance, and potentially get 5 years, or take this charge where I don't get no time, and it's unsupervised probation? So I take the plea deal. They say 2 years unsupervised probation. So I'm basically in the clear. Yeah. So I got a PO officer I got to do, and mind you, it's in Kentucky, so I had to do like a little anger management program, which was crazy because, like, I ain't get into no fight, bro.
So you had to go back to Kentucky?
No, this is the thing. I was about to. I'm like, I want to show face. I had a suit ready, show them that I'm a good dude, but it's the pandemic. Yeah. Okay. So they wasn't. If it wasn't the pandemic, I probably could have. But like, he like, nah, like, you don't got to do that. Just, it was online, so I had my laptop ready. So I couldn't even see the trial. Like, it was just all like just audio. So I had to take the class. I did the class in a day. It was like a 2-week thing. I did that in a day. Got that done. I had to do I think 20 hours of community service. I did it at my church. I had to clean up the church, did all that. Got that done that week. So I was done with everything. Now I just got to stay out of trouble. Yep. And I'm never going back to Kentucky. Exactly. Yeah. So it was pretty much done. But I couldn't. What an experience! I couldn't go back to that company after that, bro. Yeah, I'm like, man, I work hard. I come to work. I don't be causing problems. And when I need some help, y'all do me like that and leave me hanging. Yep. Like, come on, man. So luckily, I left on good terms from Reinhardt. So I called Reinhardt and I'm like, hey, man, I'm looking for a job. Like, can y'all bring me back? They brought me back. And Reinhardt got bought out by another company, which is Performance. So now we Performance Food Group. So they brought me back. I got back on routes, got back to working hard, and it was a good experience, bro. Got back to, doing pretty well for myself financially. So it was just just up and down to finally getting back to just normal. So I ain't never prayed as much during that time, bro.
Yeah.
You talk about tucking egos. And it's like, it's just, them 2 weeks when I thought I could potentially go to jail was the scariest moments ever. Because I'm looking at I couldn't even, like, it was hard to even, like, be intimate with my wife. Because I'm like, baby, like, I could be going to jail, like, in a little bit.
That's
like,
the only thing going on.
And not even here, like, I got to go down there. Like, I don't even, bro, how I'm going to get down? I'm going to take a plane down. So it was just like.
To turn yourself in for
so it
that's
was
even
bad.
crazy.
And like, I was trying to stay strong for me, but just knowing she could potentially lose her husband, like the max was 5.
Yeah.
And like, we down south, bro. So I don't know.
They might just throw it at you.
Bro.
Just
so like, I don't know what's going on. So like them 2 weeks, I would try to go. It's a gym across the street I'm a part of. So it kind of like ease my mind. I would go over there, get some shots up. There was some cats would play. I'll play with them cats. And that helped. Yeah. Like that helped like get my mind off of, I wasn't even cutting hair at the time, them 2 weeks, just cause like, bro, I ain't even no space to like
that's crazy.
Cut hair, bro. But like eventually end up working out, and I had to accept responsibility for what I did. I ain't like that cop. I thought he was out of bounds. But like, it's up to us as men to not even put ourselves in a position where they could do that. Yeah. And that's the way I had to look at it, bro. I couldn't be bitter and be like, man, that jazz cop, man, he was a brother too, which was crazy. Like he was mixed, but you would think he'd be like, hey, bro, you tripping. Like, here go this $2,000 ticket. Get out of here. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Nah, bro. Like, so, but yeah, that experience was crazy. But after that, I ain't never been in trouble since. That happened like 3-4 years ago, because we had just moved here. Okay. When that happened. So I'm like, we in a new house. You know what I'm saying? Everything going good. Then this happened. I'm thinking I'm about to lose the house. Yeah. Lose my CDL, all that. I'm like, my funds was kind of dwindling because I'm paying for, like, I had to pay the retainer for that. And it was just like, dog. But
that's a real life situation.
Yeah, man. Like I told you in terms of basketball. That's why when people now be trying to talk basketball with me, I'm like, that's cool. But like, it be real stuff you be going through, man. I don't give about that ish right now, bro. I'm trying to be free. So like, that was my mindset during that time, bro. Yeah,
hey, that's real because And that's what I really want for real, because and especially me and you, we way out of high school. I know Tom go like this, but we out of that, you know what I'm saying? One interview I had, AZ, you know what I'm saying? Lionel Harris. Shout out to him, but shout like, bro. Just with him, you know what I'm saying? He been out of basketball. He went through a situation where he got locked up early and stuff like that, and had to get through that situation. But we really was speaking on stuff like, shit, it's beyond that now. We grown. So like, that's why I love that. I need that part of the story too, for real.
And shout out to bro, man. Like he went to school with my sister. Yeah. It's like King. King.
Oh, King. Okay.
Went to King. And then like his cousin Trav Handy, who was if you ever link with bro.
I remember that name.
Went to Milwaukee Lutheran.
Yeah, okay, I remember that name.
Bro, like, I cut his hair, so like I'm trying to get plugged in with AZ, but like, man, shout out to them though.
Facts, man. Hey, that's a real situation, dog. And we always think of situations where like, the media put it out there as we do it to ourselves. That's how we getting locked up. We got millions of black men in jail.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But just a situation like that, you working your job. Yeah. And like,
wasn't on nothing, bro.
This is a mistake, anything like that,
nothing, bro.
And you can still get put in that situation. At the end of the day, and it's unfortunate. But as Americans, black men, we got to work a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna try to find a way to put us in that box.
And I was blessed, bro, because that could have went bad.
Yeah, and you don't deserve that.
That could have went bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I did wrong in that. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, man, I wasn't doing nothing, and they got me and they arrested me. Like, no, I played a role in that. But the excessiveness of it, bro, I shouldn't have been hit with no felony for that. Like, come on, man, facing 5 years and like, it was just rough. But like, you can't go through life, even when you've been done wrong, carrying that hatred and that resentment, because it's gonna eat you up, bro. Yeah. Like, it will. And I was able to let go of that. What's crazy, I found that cop on Facebook. Found him, seen his situation. I printed a picture out of him. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, I look at you every day, and I make it every day because of you. Like, type just, but I had to, man, let me throw this away.
Facts.
That ain't how, I don't want to give attention to that. I even had the picture upstairs, and my wife was like, get rid of this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see.
No, that's real, though.
Like, I don't want to see, dude. And I had to get rid of it. Even, bro, even with past coaches, you harbor that. Because, like, man, you did me wrong playing for you, bro. Like, you ain't see who I was as a player, and you harbor that, and you gotta let that go.
Yeah, facts.
Like, let it go. Yeah. It's gonna eat you up inside, bro.
Honestly, I'm glad you said that. Yeah. It's somebody like you know, we past friends. It's a brother of mine, but we don't see eye to eye no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he is a brother. We done stayed together, all that. But all our past stuff it can go through basketball, arguments off basketball. Him agreeing with, you know what I'm saying, stuff I don't agree with, you know what I'm saying, like just situations with us. But like you said, it is important to move past that. No bullshit. We grown now. So it is important to move past. That's something I gotta work on because me and Dog gotta move past that.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm glad. And we can touch on it a little bit later with like Cut Talk. We'll get into that. But like even with E, like E, that's like my brother, and I really got love for E. But we had a little thing, and like I want to, like, if he see this, bro, like, I love you to death. Yeah, most definitely. It wasn't personal. Like, you don't never want to walk around knowing somebody don't like you. That's real. Now, it's one thing if something really happened, and it's like, it is what it is, bro. Yep. But if it's something like y'all could work past, man, do your best to like try to fix it. Facts. Now, if you do your part and they still ain't responding, you did what you could do. But like, just with bro, like, I still love him to death. And if he hit me up today, like, where you want to meet, homie? Like, or come through, bro. Come through. Like, we talk it out, and like, it'd be like nothing ever happened. Yeah. So, hey, shoot, hey, most definitely with y'all situation, I do want that to work out because I wouldn't know you if it wasn't for E. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, we competed against each other, but like that was like the full link for real. Like, I used to come up to Dominican, for sure, open gym stuff with y'all. That was all through E. So like, that's great. Yeah, that's my little bro. He, you know, he bigger than me now. Hey, I that's little bro. That's little bro, and I love him to death. And hopefully one day we could be back down here, you know, like it once was. Most definitely, it'll get like that. Trust me, for sure. That's like a little cousin of mine. We done had our situations too. Yeah, for sure. Facts. So I feel you on that, man. That's life for you. Yeah, for sure. And I love these conversations because as black men, that's how we gotta get over it. Because at the end of the day, and I know we passed that, but the youth and people out here in the streets, they take small situations like that. People, and they be crashed out. Dying over that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Felonies at 18, murder charges at 18. Like, don't throw your life. This for the youth too. We grown now, and y'all want to see our age. And bro, I gotta give you your flowers. And you interview a lot of rappers, bro. How many rappers you see dying over something that could have been? It could have been a text conversation. You seeing with the rap game now, bro? I love the Memphis rap scene. I love Gotti. Yep. I love Dolph. That Dolph situation, horrible. Nah, I ain't even gonna say no more, but just nasty. And I feel like that could have been diffused so quick. But you see that, bro. Like, and too, just like, and I'm glad you brought that up just on that situation, because I was salty over that situation. But looking forward on it and finding out all what happened. It's crazy, bro. Over $800 that you got only. You feel me? Even 40,000 is not enough. Like, I know you did it for 40,000. Know your self-worth. Yeah. Yo, like at the end of the day, like going to jail, all that, all young people, even people our age that's crashing out. Know your self-worth. Even if it's not looking good at that time, you bigger than that. Somebody might need you there. Your daughter, I'm sure y'all got kids. For sure. Your daughter might need you there. Your son might need you there. Even though that paper ain't right and stuff like that, man, $800 is only for a week. Bruh, not even. You couldn't pay me $40,000 to slap a man. Exactly. Like, it ain't worth it, bro. Don't, like, that ain't like straight up. No. But facts. And I know a lot of our community is crashing out over less. You feel me? You took one that, first off, and like, not get on this situation, but this situation is sad. Yeah. With Dolph's situation, you kill him for a $40,000 guarantee. Yeah. For, like, thinking. Yeah. First, like, they ain't do half and half. They gave you that $800. Right. And second, 40,000. This is a high profile case. You don't think you about to get caught with all the cameras and technology we got right now? They gotta find Dolph Killer, bro. You feel me? So like, whoever involved in this, you gonna get caught, and that 40,000 is gonna be useless to you. Yeah, bro. It's so much I could say about that, but just that's tough. Just on that element, like, I don't like to speak on people's business. Speak on dudes I don't know, but like, it hurt because like the Memphis scene. You know, we got Atlanta, you
Yeah.
got Cali, you got the cats from Chicago. I feel like Memphis scene, bro. You gotta think Moneybagg Yo, Glorilla, Key Glock,
Yep.
Dolph. Who else? Then you got
Pooh Shiesty, right?
Pooh Shiesty went away. Then you got 3-6 Mafia, MJ, JG, and 8 Ball, Juicy J. All them cats, bro. Had that not happened, bro, Memphis would still be
Facts.
on the way up. And I feel like they make some of the best music. And like the fact that them two dudes who was both leaders, both dope, couldn't diffuse it just for the sake of like keeping us going forward is just so unfortunate. Who knows, man? Like maybe Gotti tried, maybe Dolph, we don't know. But it's just sad to see, bro.
Yep.
Like it's so sad to see.
And to another thing with that, like at the end of the day, say y'all is in the streets and you want to take it that far.
Yeah.
You gonna just know after that, especially if it's a name like that, you gonna lose a brother.
Man.
You gonna lose yourself.
Man.
Like war only take go listen to the song War and see what he talking about.
Bro.
It's only
Bro, I mess with Nipsey too.
Yeah,
Nipsey had one of the dopest quotes, or like not the deepest quotes I've ever heard. He said, bro, because Nipsey was a Crip. He said, when you going on a mission and you looking for the enemy, you hunting for somebody who look like you.
That look just like you.
He said, the square, you gonna pass up the square, or the kids, you gonna pass up the square, but you looking to kill you.
Yep.
And that's crazy,
You wear clothes just
bro.
like you, rock
you
just
looking
like you.
to kill you. If anything, you should be looking to empower you. Like, I ain't a racist, man. Like, my wife white. It's a funny joke with that, but my wife is white. Like, half my family white. My kids is mixed, so I never go in anything looking to be white and black. But like, I love everybody, bro, and just I don't know, man. That situation, it's just sad, bro. Yeah, like it's just sad. All the losses we took from stuff that could have been avoided, like
so many,
bro. A 5-minute conversation, Nip would still be here. Pac could still be here. Big be still be here, bro. Dolph, who I love Dolph.
I love Dolph.
In terms of in terms of hooping, bro, you always you got music you listen to get you in mode.
Thanks.
A Dolph track. Man, are you about to go off and go out? You listen to Dolph.
That's a loss. That was a major loss. Like as far as I know, it's entertainment, but that's a loss, man.
And just like man, what he did for the city, he had. I think I don't know if he was married, but he had a lady. Had kids, bro, and now they gotta grow up. So it's just unfortunate.
And that's everything. Me and you, we can speak on that as far as with the kids. That's what we do it for.
For sure.
So I know that's you know what I'm saying. Especially being not counting his pockets, but in the position he in, the position he can put his self in, his kids in. I mean, man, that's major, bro. That's what we all wish for.
I bet you his baby mama or his lady will give every dollar to have
every dollar,
back, bro.
Facts.
That money ain't even.
Every dollar, he can make it all back easy.
It's just so unfortunate, man.
Yeah, man,
for real.
That's tough. And another thing I hate about it, like Milwaukee, we turned up. Don't get me wrong. I done seen a lot of stuff, but it's the culture in every city. Chicago, LA. You can go to Florida. Like this, it's too much the culture, the kill culture, and just not going culture. It's too much in every city, man. Like, come on, y'all. We gon' as black men, black people, we gotta switch it up, man.
You know what? And I don't mean to get too deep, but it start at home, bro.
That's facts.
The problem with our community is, bro, the destruction of the family. Like I told you, bro, my dad and I love my mama. My mama showed love. She showed nurturing, and she was with me. I wouldn't be with my wife if it wasn't for my mom, because you gotta have that side to you. But that dog and that sternness, like my dad, every time I told you I wanted to quit something or something was tough, and I'm like, man, my dad was right there to be like, son, you ain't quitting. Son, you a man now. This what you got to deal with. So that element of the father, and you know how our community is, bro. The father gone, bro. Yep. So that element has to come back, bro. Because if you can't get it right in house, and you putting out poor stuff from in house, that's what's gonna happen. But that's what saved me. Like, I ain't ashamed to say, like, I had my mom and my dad. I know it's like, oh, he green, he a square. That's like, what they a lot of cats used to think I was from the suburbs. Like, nah, because they see my dad worked hard, bro. Like, my mama worked hard to give us a good life, and it ain't nothing wrong with saying that, bro. I ain't ashamed to say that. Like, straight up.
Man, Square is crashing out, man.
Yeah,
for
bro.
real. Like we still here.
Yeah.
For real. So
yeah,
and that's the number one thing.
Straight up.
And I love you bring that up. We like to bring up fatherhood on here. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, how important is that to you? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Especially for how the city is. Everybody don't grow up with a father. So how's fatherhood for you?
I'll give it all for my babies, man. Like, I got a daughter that's 2. She turned 3 in a couple weeks. And my little one, Bubs, she 8 months, going on 9 months. But, and I'm not trying to judge, but like, knowing you got them kids and you see them faces, I don't see how anybody could walk out.
I'm with you.
I can't see it, bro. What I do is for them. Like, establishing myself in trucking, yeah, I want to be something. I want to help provide and take care of my wife, but it's for them. Like, the cutting and dedicating myself to that and trying to get better with that is for them. They got daycare every week, and daycare is a month.
Yeah.
I'm neutral in the voting process. Any president that say they can get daycare costs down, you might get a check.
You might get it.
A check for me, but like, it's for them. And when we gone, bro, like you said, one of your legacy things is to have your channel. I bet you your kids is your biggest legacy.
Oh, most definitely.
So like, anytime, bro, like even, bro, it was a whole thing before you came, bro. I had a plan to cut my hair, get it right, and do all that before this. I had to attend to them.
Thanks.
Yesterday, I finished the day early, and I'm like, I'm gonna have some time to do some errands, bro, maybe get a drink somewhere, chill. My little one was sick. I gotta go to her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's about them. And like, I'm dedicated. I'm trying to be the best man for them. So when it's time for them to choose a man who like my daddy. Yeah. Like, that's what I want. So yeah, man, it's just tough. Too. Yeah. Like, you gonna have, even with the partner, bro, like, y'all gonna have ups and downs.
Facts.
But y'all gotta be willing to realize that the love is there and we do love each other and we try to make this work. And be willing to get past the little pet, because it'd be like little petty. Yeah, facts. Get past that. It's years. Come together, because really it start with her. The love I got from my wife created them kids. That's a fact. So if she not straight, them kids ain't gonna be straight. So that's what it is, man. I do what I do for them. Yeah. Like, at the end of the day. Facts. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Mark. We gotta have you. We gotta have you on plenty more times, because it's stuff we ain't gonna get into it today. But marriage, you know what I'm saying? How long you been married? 4 years. 4 years, you know what I'm saying? That's something I want to bring up, speak on, and learn about a little bit. I've been with my lady for a little minute, and this is my last relationship. I'm not married yet, but it's still a difference when that ring come on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's something I do want to pick your brain on. I would say, bro, with that, don't let nobody decide what you gonna do. Yeah. That's the most important thing. I try to, on the pod, I try to avoid relationship advice. I ain't no expert on it, bro. We go through our own little. I be hating to see the relationship gurus and all that. They be married 3-4 times and like, yeah, you was married 4 times. I ain't gonna fake the funk over here, bro. Like, I love my wife. We together and we rocking hard, but we do have our days. But I love her to death and we get past that. I love my kids. That's all I can say. You ain't gonna never hear me. You need to pick somebody who's this, and. No, it's stuff I can suggest to you, but if we ain't trying to hear it, it is what it is, man. And on social media right now, man, the topics on that, you really got to be a perfect person there, like, or it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And it's not reality. Man, a lot of stuff. The biggest tip I can give is cut off your social media ads. You know what I'm saying? Cut your phone off and be with your kids, man. That's what I can say. Love that. In terms of that. Thanks. Before I let you get out of here, man, and like I said, man, we gonna tap in a lot. We got a lot of topics. Cut Talk. Yeah. Tell me how you know what I'm saying, came up with Cut Talk, how that was all presented to you, and you know what I'm saying, what got you into that altogether, podcast? I can't talk about Cut Talk until I talk about how I got into cutting. Okay. Oh yeah. That's where it started, bro. Like, so, and when I was going to school in Illinois, Benedictine, I ain't had no barber out there, bro. So I'm like, I got to figure out some way to get my hair cut. And it was some cats who did cut, but they ain't giving you. You ain't getting crispy. I had some dudes who took care of me, but it wasn't. So I'm like, okay, let me figure out how to cut my own hair. So I bought some Walgreens clippers. I'm like, I'm gonna just take it down, do what I can with the lining. So when I was doing that in my dorm, one of my guys seen me do that, and he was like, "Bro, you cut hair?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, yeah, I do. He's like, "You cut mine?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I charge you $5." So I was charging $5 a head, and all I could do was all even with a simple line, and that's all I could do at first. So I'm like, but cats was coming to me though. Like, I was charging $5, but like by the end of the week, I probably have like $50 to $75. That ain't a lot in terms of what we doing now, but when you in college, bro, and I was hooping at the time in school, I couldn't work. So that little 50 to 75 was doing something, from putting groceries, you know what I'm saying? So I grew a love for it, and I kept going. I was cutting at Concordia. People was coming to me. My sister gave me a barber chair, got that, and it was growing. So when I was done with school, I kind of kept at it. And then I started putting my stuff on Facebook. So because I was in basketball and people knew me from that, I would have, a little bit of spillover from that. Guys I was cool with. So it started to become a thing. And then when I kept at it, I was getting better. So now I got a clientele. So when I lived in Oak Creek, I had a clientele going there. So when we moved here, now I got space. Like when I was in Oak Creek, bruh, I was cutting in the kitchen. Like a little corner in the kitchen, I had this same chair in the kitchen. And that's what it was, right? I'd be in the living room, fucking up the carpets and all that. But when I came down here, I just seen like potential. Cause before, bro, none of this like flooring was here. It was all carpet. So I was cutting in there. But then, bro, my clientele was growing to the point where like I need a bigger space. And I remember one Saturday, this how Cut Talk started. I had a bunch of cats in here. It was like 4 or 5 cats in here, and we was talking hoops. And I'm in there, and all you just heard shouting, talking about basketball, coming from here, coming from there. Dudes on the steps coming down, just yelling basketball. And in my mind, I'm like, hey, this could turn into something.
Facts.
So I had some cats who I cut up, cats who I was cool with. And matter of fact, E was coming to me at the time, and he was supposed to be originally in that. But I think E had a lot going on, so I ended up going with some other cats. But that was the situation. So the original group was my guy Marcus Mack, Brandon Johnson, Desmond Scott, the homie Keandre Ghostin, who played at Tulsa East.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I remember that name.
Yeah. And then it was me. It was 5 of us. So that was going to be the pod. So I'm like, let's do a practice run. I ain't told them it was a practice run. I just invited everybody over, and I took my setup from there into here. I bought this big ass like little carpet, put the carpet right here. I just got to talking sports. What we was doing in the beginning, I got to doing that. And then shout out to Marcus' wife, Alicia. She had mimosas upstairs with my wife. And she just came down here and was like, y'all want some mimosas? And they like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, we drinking, talking hoops. It's like-minded brothers in here. We all got kids. We all family, man. So I'm like, all right, we got something. So I'm like, what's the name? What's the name for it? And I'm like, Cut Talk. And the one thing I didn't want to I ain't want to be no copycat, because how Brian got the shot. Like, Brian don't even cut hair, man. I really cut hair. So I'm like, what's something we could do that we could build with gentlemen? We could talk basketball. And we don't just talk basketball, bro. So the way the show go is we'll talk hoops and sports and like pop culture stuff. Then we'll end with a theme, which is like a real life situation. So that was the setup of the show. So that was the makeup. And then like mimosas was like our drink of choice. Shout out to Dez. Dez will call them momos. So that was like a thing of the show. And I'm like, okay, we got something. Dez used to play ball. Dre used to play ball. I used to play ball. Brandon like a swaggy dude. Marcus a swaggy dude. So I'm like, okay, if we keep up with this, I know we could get a following. But like, bro, starting YouTube, and a YouTube could be a whole nother like video one day. Just because you think you got something dope That don't mean the masses is automatically gonna like make you viral, bro. You gotta stick to it, bro. And like, there's certain stuff you gotta know with YouTube, like in terms of copyright, and what music to use, thumbnails, like filming, microphones, all of that. Cause like, yeah, these dudes is on the show, but I'm putting the show together. Yeah. So production was on me. So our first show, bro, I was using like a little phone and like a little cheap iPad I had. But I'm like, bro, in order to make it good, like I'm gonna have to put some bread into this, because I don't want to do it half-ass. So the better I got with cutting, and the more money I had, I was putting that into the show. And then we was getting a little buzz, and we was still going with it. But unfortunately, man, like egos, bro, and stuff happening. And like, I'm gonna say this: shout out to Dez, shout out to Dre. But we had my homie Trav over here to be a guest on the show. Something unfortunately happened. And I'm going to take responsibility for what I did. And I didn't like what happened. And I went off. Yeah. I wasn't yelling at them two dudes, but I just was angry at the situation. My camera had died because we couldn't stay on topic. Back and forth. The show ain't going how it is. And like, bro, I got Trav here. And Trav, like, that's my homie, but Trav got kids and a family too. Yeah, when I'm gonna get him back. So like, I'm like, Trav looking like, we argue so much, Trav like, all right, bro, I gotta go. I'm like, bruh. Yeah, that's and just went off. And I took responsibility for that, but like, and this is another thing, bro. Just because you apologize to somebody, that don't mean they gonna accept it. You gotta be willing to live with that. Did I feel like I was in the right about what I was mad for? Facts. Yeah. But unfortunately, like, we still ain't back right. But like, shout out to Dez. Like, I know we ain't that's another, we ain't on the best of terms, but like, I got love for Dez. I got love for Dre. Like, Dre, another dope, he rap too. So Dre would be like a dope artist. Like, I know we ain't the best, but like, I never would walk around with hate for nobody. That's real. We had a bad moment in that moment, but like, if anybody asked me about the dude, I'd be like, man, that's my bro. Facts. We ain't talking right now, but that's my bro. Like, shout out to Dez. He got a logistics business. So go tap in with bro, man. Tap in with Dre, support his rapping, and them other dudes I mentioned too, Mac and B. But after that situation happened, I had to figure out, okay, I want the group thing to happen, but bro, it's so hard coordinating stuff, bro. And that's what I was talking about, and just getting guests. Yeah. And you gotta be willing to tell. I know you reached out to cats and like, bro, I'm gonna get up with you later. Yeah. Later come, and it's like, oh damn, my bad, bro. I gotta. So it's like, all right, man. So like now, I still have Cut Talk, and me, Brandon, and Mac, we still locked in. Like, unfortunately, Dez and Dre, like, we not on the same vibe no more. But I still love them cats. Yeah, hopefully, we can get back, cause like they brought something to the show. But I do my haircut videos on the channel. You know what I'm saying? I do little personal videos one-on-one, just speaking on topics. So just to add diversity to the channel. And just lately, I've been having some success with those videos. So in the meantime, while the group could get back together, you know, I've been doing kind of my own thing with the channel. But it's been going good, man. It's a grind. You got to be dedicated, and you got to pay attention. Yeah. Like, and see, like, okay, if you have success on one video, what did I do to make it successful? You might have a dope video. Like, we had Chuck down here, and that was dope. Yeah. But, like, I was so disappointed, because I'm like, bro, why more people ain't tap in with Chuck, bro? Chuck, a teacher, he, you know what I'm saying? He got the training, he, you know, all that. But like, he got a deep story for real. He do, and shout out to bro. But like, his video didn't hit like how I wanted it to hit, and it just gets you discouraged. Like, bro, how is this man not going viral? How are other videos I did not going viral? But you got to pay attention. Okay, that didn't hit, but some of this other stuff did hit. Yeah. So what can I take and keep going with that? So that's where we at, man, with the channel, man. Like, we haven't done a show together in a while, but I think, you know, eventually we probably will get back to doing that, because I want to. Right. It was a good vibe, and I want to bring all of us back. It's going to take time with that, and I understand that. Like, another thing, anytime you stand up for yourself and stand up for something, you might be right, but just know it's going to be stuff that come with that.
Facts.
Like, you could be justified, but just know it's stuff that's gonna come with that.
And I'll feel you on that.
Yeah.
It's feel you don't have to, but it's a good feel to mix business with friendship a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still mixing friendship with business.
You hit it,
and that's where
you hit it.
It get tough.
You
like
hit it right
y'all would
on
not be talking right now if it wasn't for the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
For real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is tough like that. Trust me, I done been through this doing JBTV. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I'm talking to you because I'm starting to realize too, like, take my end of it because I be frustrated off little support,
bro.
like especially when it come to your brothers. Like I ain't tripping off no randoms, but I be expecting certain stuff from my brothers. You feel me?
For sure.
And when I don't get that, I be but we wouldn't be in this situation if I wasn't doing this. So I gotta mind that too. You know what I'm saying? So man,
nah, you know,
right on
that's
the head.
one reason why I wanted to link with you because what you doing, dope, bro. Like the artists you got, the ball players you got, like you can see. You going up.
Facts.
And
I
the fact that I'm like, it's other dope like Khalif got a dope podcast. Q-Bar got a dope podcast.
Q-Bar, shout out Q-Bar.
Yeah, but like I don't know them dudes personally. Yeah. Like I know you. So I'm gonna link with bro and tell him like I think he dope. And if we can work, cool. But even if we didn't do the interview, like I'ma still support you, share your stuff, like your stuff. Cause I know that helps.
Facts, it do.
With the channel, bro. So that's what it is, man. And like any advice I would tell with people, bro, when you picking a team, pick people who believe in the vision.
That's right.
And willing to invest in the vision and be willing that's gonna stand behind you with your vision, bro. Like you can have your guy and he love you, but he might not be necessarily bought in the same way you are, and you gotta be willing to see that.
Facts.
And get on that early and be like, hey, bro, like I love you to death, but this might not be something for you. I got money tied into this. I got time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I fell into when I was picking people who like picking a team. So, but like you grow, you learn, and you just keep moving forward, bro. Cause like this YouTube stuff, this the wave right now.
It's the wave, yeah.
And it's like if we figure it out, bro, we gotta
change. It can change both our lives for real.
For sure. Like one reason I wanted to bring you here, like I ain't no braggadocious person, but like I'm straight in terms of what I got going on. But like it don't hurt to have something else.
Yep.
To one day we're like, I don't got to go to work every day.
Yeah.
Like, I could tell my wife, baby, you ain't got to work. Just work the books for me.
Facts.
I could take my kids. That's probably the biggest, like, not regret, but like something that hurt me is like, because I get up so early, like my routes start at 5 every day. So I got to be up by 4. I can't wake my kids up every day. My wife got to do that. So that's why I salute to her. Like I can't take my kids to school. Yeah. I can pick them up some days, but that's the sacrifice I got to make sure they straight. But it'd be dope, bro. Like you can take your kid to school every day. Hey, baby, let's get some brunch after this. I only got a few hours of work to do. Like that'd be player, bro.
That'd be
for real.
That's life for real.
Yeah,
no bullshit. Hey man, we gotta get out of here. I only got a few more minutes of our stuff. But we gotta get out of here. But most definitely gonna have you on a lot more. Before we let you get out of here, you wanna give any shout outs? Any advice you want to give to the people?
Again, man, shout out to them dudes I just named. Dude B, Marcus, Dez, Protege, all them dudes, and hopefully that can get fixed, man. Shout out to the cats I mentioned, and Chris Buford from my neighborhood, my basketball OG, man. Shout out to you. And shout out to some of the barbers. Malk the Barber, Crispy Chris, LaFade, my homie Jeff. Who else, man? My OG Carrick. All them dudes inspired me when I was going up in terms of cutting hair. So if I forgot anybody, Leonard Spice you too, man. But I'm about love over here and trying to uplift myself and others. And John, bro, you own to something, bro. Hey. So keep going, man. You own to something, bro. For real.
Like I said, man, I love we connected years ago, man. We in the future now, man. And I love that. We still alive. We still doing our thing, man. That's what it's about, man.
For sure.
JonnyBeeTV, man. We got Mark Pace in the building, man. Cut Talk, man.
For sure.
Love y'all. Appreciate it.